Old Elon, he sat in his tower so high, he gazed at the screens with a glint in his eye. He scrolled through the tweets, muttering low, this woke propaganda has got to go. Heave-ho, me lads, and a hearty hurrah for a movie so epic it'll shatter the law. No AI nonsense, no inclusion so grand, just heroes and monsters across the whole land. He thought of Mel Gibson, a man of true grit, who'd tell a good story and never would quit. 100 million he'd send with a smile to banish the woke for a very long while. Heave-ho, me lads, and a hearty hurrah for a movie so epic it'll shatter the law. No AI nonsense, no inclusion so grand, just heroes and monsters across the whole land. Ulysses will sail on a ship made of dreams, no diverse ensemble, no political schemes, just cyclops and sirens and gods in the sky, and not a safe space for to catch a soft sigh. The script will be written in blood and in fire. No consultants, no meetings, no PC choir, just ancient old tales as they always should be. From the mind of Mel Gibson, for all folks to see.
There we go. Hey, what's going on, everybody? How you guys doing? Welcome back to Hollywood After Dark. It is, what day is it? It's Wednesday, right? Hot as balls here in Washington. Holy shit. It is insanely warm here. For some reason, my monitor is coming in low. I don't know what's going on. Can you guys hear me okay? Can you guys hear me all right? What the hell's happening here? Sorry, my headset's coming in like super freaking low, so I can't quite figure out what's going on there. What's happening? Usually I've got a lot better of a thing. Hold on a second. Okay, how's that? That's a little bit better. There we go. That's workable. All right. Let's see. Anyway, all right. Let's see. Hey, what's up, Tony? How you doing? Spherical Man, David, Kunst, Tales from the Hood. Say what you will about Mel Gibson, but the son of a bitch knows storytelling. Still one of the great lines from the Imagination Land episode. Anyway, there's a lot with there's so much that's been fucking happening with the Odyssey. It's insane. It's fucking insane. We talked about this a couple nights ago with how you've got a bunch of these chuds that are out there now really trying to play this whole angle of no, guys, Rotten Tomatoes is absolutely lying to you. And it's the math ain't mathing. You know what I mean? And I'm not even a defender of fucking Rotten Tomatoes. That's just known. I'm not a defender of Rotten Tomatoes at all, period, point blank, full stop. Not a fan. Do not care about them. But there's also no proof to this argument that they're manipulating the votes to make the Odyssey better. Now, here's the thing. I will be fair, and I will admit, if that was the case, I probably wouldn't care so much because it makes chuds mad. And I am only human and like to see them very mad. That's all I can really, really say about that one there. The math may not be mathing. Yeah, it's not mathing. Because it is I actually put up a post about it today on both Facebook and Twitter, and it's true. I'm if you look at everything, it's just not, it just doesn't add up, but again, these guys, they don't ever care about that. You know what I'm saying? These guys never, ever care about any of this stuff, right? They don't want to be accurate. They just want to, be rageful so they can make more money. That's really what it boils down to. So I thought that was kind of funny. And then, of course, I did watch the Odyssey. I did watch the Odyssey, the yesterday technically, and I thought it was great. I need to probably sit down and do like a what's it called, like a patio commentary on it, give my thoughts on it. I had a direct message Chris to talk about it last night. He never got back to me, and I got distracted with other stuff, and so I couldn't go live. But I honestly I thought the Odyssey was really good. I really enjoyed the storytelling. I enjoyed what was changed. I enjoyed a lot of the acting. I enjoyed a lot of everything about it. I mean, there's obviously some nitpicks, like Christopher Nolan can't really like direct action. Christopher Nolan very much tried to infuse Christianity into an essence of the old Roman gods or Greek gods or whatever. So that was a little bit interesting. Some of the thematics that they went with, I get and I kind of appreciate, but I don't think they fall necessarily in line with what Homer was trying to do. Like this is so funny, by the way. So the person who wrote one of the adaptations, the Emily Wilson lady, the lady that wrote one of the adaptations of Homer of the Odyssey, like I would say this is the one that got Nolan interested in adapting the property. Even she was like, yeah, this ain't it, dog. Like, I mean, in no uncertain terms, she basically was making comments about that, right? And what I thought was really, really, really interesting about that was she was basically saying, like, this is a movie about shame. It's not about glory. And if you look at, let's say, what Oppenheimer is, based upon what I know of Oppenheimer, I haven't seen Oppenheimer, but about like the idea of like leading up to the building of the atomic bomb, the testing of the atomic bomb, and then the fallout after the atomic bomb, and then dealing with like the way that J. Oppenheimer responded to that. Again, shame, right? I would argue that this movie is basically very much thematically in line with very similar take on that. It seems to be that Nolan tends to view these very complicated people through the lens of shame. All right, right through the lens of shame. So I don't know what do you mean next topic? What are you talking about? It puts one Arturo. I don't give a fuck, dude. Like I'm talking about it. It's what's going on right now. This number one movie in the world right now. Literally the number one movie in the world right now. It's got sold out IMAX screenings in London until September 10th. It literally is selling out like I saw a screenshot of a 6:05 a.m. IMAX screening somewhere completely full. People like, can we make this an all Odyssey? I'm about fucking ready to. Flat out. Ahsoka here for 5. Thank you. Says watch Disclosure Day. I loved it. I'm a big believer in aliens. Nice. I know it's out on digital. I need to check it out. And then Ahsoka also says here, I love Crazy Mel. Yeah, who doesn't love Crazy Mel? I love Crazy Mel. I would like to see. We'll talk a bit here about what's going on with the Odyssey thing. All I'm saying is, like, I do want to do a longer breakdown of the Odyssey overall. I think it's a very interesting concept. And it got me thinking. What we don't have is we don't have a video game based on the Odyssey, right? We really don't. We don't have a video game based on the Odyssey, which is kind of surprising. I thought we would have a video game at some point based on the Odyssey. We just don't. Not in the way that you might think it is, right? Not in the way that I was thinking, because I was thinking something particularly interesting. In the sense of, wouldn't it be kind of cool to have a version of the Odyssey that plays out very similarly to the Oregon Trail, right? To the Oregon Trail. So look at it like this. What if you had a game called the Odyssey Trail? That's kind of interesting, isn't it? That's kind of interesting. And then, you could come over here and then use this is like the map system. Got to get from Troy all the way back to Ithaca, which is really funny because in the map of everything, Troy is over here. Ithaca is really close by. It's kind of like on the edge of this peninsula over here. And then he goes all the fucking way over here, every other way but home, and I thought this would be kind of cool. I used AI, obviously ChatGPT, to come up with both of these things, but I really, really, really dug this particular image right here. And I went in to Grok. and I asked it to do me a favor and to go back, and do a little thing. So check this out. This is Grok taking that one image and turning it into the opening screen of a video game. Look at that. Look at that. Who doesn't want to play that? Like, I mean, I want to play that. I want to play that real bad. Obviously it's like this is something that AI did, but I mean, just like look at how it handled like the waves, the guys paddling, right, with the waves, their interaction there, like the wind waving in the sail. You've got the two guys working the sail in the back. The jugs are moving, the sirens, the fucking Trojan horse, the burning of Troy, the Cyclops, although the Cyclops has two eyes. Although that may not the Cyclops, maybe that's like the fucking weird the list the I don't know what those guys are called, but the big dudes in the metal armor from the movie, and then you've got this other crap over there. I think it's fucking cool, man. Right? I was like, this is pretty cool. You have died of siren song. You don't know, you got dysentery. Exactly. So check this out, right? So working with ChatGPT, I actually started having AI develop. I'm not going to lie about that. Having AI develop the first concepts of the Odysseus Trail, and we're working on it. This is a playable little version of it here. Okay, so this is we start another voyage. All right, so a voyage from Troy to Ithaca, the Odysseus Trail. How much guidance do you want? We can choose your voyage. You can do story mode, or you can do voyage mode, right? So you have a story mode, follows the story of the book, or you do a voyage mode, which is like fewer supplies, harsher hazards, and permanent consequences. All right. Like this literally is developing easy mode and fuck you in the ass mode. And I'm like, all right, cool. Like, let's check out story mode here. So you can click on this and it's provision the fleet, right? And so you've got 36 treasure and you've got a fleet load that's nearly full and you've got enough estimates for 16 days. All right. There's medicine chests. You can get more, right? But it's like 8 treasure. If you want to get more, this is what you got. You're spending your money, right? So I want to get more, let's say provisions. Let's say one more of the repair bundles. And okay, sacred offering. Well, we'll just do, okay, we're down to 2 treasure, but we got a full fleet load. All right. So now we are going to be deploying Troy. All right, so captain's report. The last fires of Troy fade behind you. Ithaca lies far to the west. You've got 12 ships. You got 600 dudes. You got enough provisions for 18 days. And right now, everything is looking solid. Now, you can make the choice. Do you want to go cautious? Do you want to go steady? Do you want to go urgent? Do you want to speed up that shit? Do you want to brute force it? Okay, so we're also going to do full, standard, or reduced on the rations. So we're going urgent. Right, we're going to go urgent and we're going to try to make this thing work. See what happens here. Okay, so day 1, we're halfway to Ismaris. All right, so we're still good. A favorable wind fills every sail. The fleet travels further than expected. Okay, then we're going to like lower it down to cautious, just because I feel like something can happen. All right, sail onward. The ships must remain close together and avoid uncertain water. Progress is slow but safe. All right, so again, we're just kind of going through our provisions. Everything seems to be good. Sailing onward. Now we've made it to Ismaris. All right, now we have choices here. All right, so the fleet captures Ismaris and gathers food, wine, and treasure. Odysseus orders the men back to the ships. Many sailors refuse. They want more time to divide the spoils and feast. Siconian survivors have already fled inland. They may return with reinforcements, and you have a choice. You can order an immediate departure, take what you got, get the fuck out to Dodge, right? Post scouts and gather more supplies, or allow the men to hold the feast. Fuck it, right? You won spoils of war. It's extremely dangerous. All right. So here we go. This is the end. This is the feast. The crew feasts through the night. At dawn, they attack from the hills. The fleet reaches the sea, but 6 men from every ship are lost. A total of 72 sailors are gone. Now you have 528 and enough provisions for only 15 days, and your fleet is not doing very well. Chapter result is Homeric. Voyage scores 973. You can read the voyage chronicle, and then you can go back and start all over again. This is just a preview. All right, this is just a preview. And so I'm like excited to fuck with this just because it's like it's for, I mean, for one, I love these kind of games. I was showing my daughter the Oregon Trail yesterday, and she really dug the Oregon Trail. So we were just like, oh, this is kind of fun to mess around with, you know. So that's kind of where we are with that right there. Ahsoka here for Fiverr. Thank you, buddy. Says, I know you said you like audiobooks. I highly recommend reading fantasy, science fiction, and horror audiobooks. I don't really like, I like horror and I like stories I can listen to in like an hour. Which I know is terrible because, you know, some stories last a little bit longer, and I'm not looking for anything too short, but it's just timing. I don't have the time to do all of that kind of stuff, right? You know, but but if you recommend some, I can take a look for some. You know, again, audiobooks are really where I'm at because that's where I have the most time in the vehicle. Thank you though. Let's see. Movie Man here says the Odyssey succeeds. Insert fandom menace tears here. Exactly. Dave here says, would you be crafting things like The Last of Us Part 2? No, it's just going to be a text-based, like, you know, the Oregon Trail, but for trying to get Odysseus back home. The goal is, can you get back to Ithaca with as many sailors as possible, surviving the challenges from the book, surviving the challenges from the poem, and can you find enough supplies and earn, you know, and get back home? Now, the game ends when you get back to Ithaca. It doesn't go into the suitor stuff. That's like, you know, whatever. That kind of defeats the purpose, I think. But either way, pretty good. Hold on, wait. Ahsoka had another super chat that I don't think you read. I did read. I just read it. Thank you though. Jason Nelson here. Thank you. Do you feel confident Doomsday will be a top tier film? Well, I think it's going to be top tier Marvel. But at the same time, I'm wondering if it's going to run into a problem because this Spider-Man movie apparently is good. Not like good Marvel good in general. Like just it's super good. And as a result of it being super good, that means Doomsday is going to have to fucking perform. But it's also entirely possible that Marvel will have two $2 billion movies this year because Spider-Man Brand New Day is going to China, whereas No Way Home did not go to China. And the pre-sales for tickets for No Way Home in China a Brand New Day in China are huge. So that's really going to add to the worldwide box office. And then you get Doomsday, and Doomsday is really going to start to open the door for the resetting of the Marvel universe, which is something that Kevin Feige had mentioned that I'm not too sure how I feel about, to be honest with you. I got to find that tweet there I was reading, but yeah, the expectations, I do agree about that. Sorry, I did. Okay, sorry. Zero Command is correct. I did click on it, but I didn't read it. Ahsoka here says, I watched Disclosure Day. I love it, but I'm a big believer in aliens. No. I did mention this. I need to see it. I haven't seen it. I know that it's on PVOD. Masters of the Universe just hit Amazon. I did watch that tonight with my family. It's awesome. I love that movie so much. The Mandalorian and Grogu also hit digital. Scary Movie 6 hit digital. So many movies in the last month and a half that have come out have now hit digital. I expect Supergirl to hit digital in the next week. I have a feeling we're going to get that announcement probably tomorrow. But there's lots of going on with that one. But thank you. See, Doomsday will probably mainly be a key jangling exercise. I don't disagree. There's was it John Campea had a thing he was trying to say about how you know, what was Campea saying? Campea was saying something like, you know, Doom doesn't need a buildup. Like Doom doesn't need to have a lead in. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Because which version of Doom is it? We know that this version of Doom, we know that this version of Doom is the, you know, I think the Victor von Stark version of it, right? That's kind of what we're looking at there. But the thing I look at with this is that it's like there's still going to need to be something that they're worried about, right? Why is Doom doing what he's doing? Well, the high probability of it is that this is like, you know, going to be a key jangling type situation. That is something that I think is going to happen. Because look, it's going to make a lot of money. It's going to do a lot of crazy shit. It's going to dominate the box office. Honestly, look, man, I said this on Twitter, I think it was yesterday or earlier today, that the whole situation involving Fourth, you've had bad takes. This is your absolute worst take. I just watched Masters of the Universe again. Even my 8-year-old kid loved it. You are completely wrong. But anyway, like so Disney is going to flex hard on Dune Part 3 because they want Warner Brothers to move Dune Part 3. So then they can get access, this being Disney, can get access to the IMAX screens. IMAX makes up a good portion of premium large format, but it doesn't make up all of them. And so IMAX is going to have, Dune Part 3, and every other one is going to have fucking Doomsday. And so that's going to cause this schism, right? This rift in the box office where Disney will have more people going to watch Doomsday standard, whatever, probably over they won't get any IMAX, but they're going to get all those people going in, and all those pre-sales are going to go in. There's a reason why they dropped the pre-sales, and they had like $16.5 million in one day for premium large format. Like, I checked my local cinema, they weren't selling the ticket yet. Then I checked the cinema that had the XD, and those ones were already selling out. So, and it was already sold out for the first day. So obviously, like, there is going to be FOMO on that. And that is going to decimate and dominate and destroy Dune Part 3. So while we effectively might joke about, Avengers Doomsday, which is pretty funny, and I think it would kind of be cool to see, what you're asking people here is you're asking people in the holiday season, which is a busy time for not only travel, but it's a busy time for shopping, to give up literally 1/4 of their day to go and watch Avengers Doomsday, which is going to be about 3 hours long, and Dune Part 3, which is going to be about 3 hours long. Never mind the previews in front of the film. And so, and if you have to drive from one theater to another in order to be able to experience like the premium format or whatever, we don't know. That's what I'm talking about here. So if you are going to one theater and one theater has one IMAX and that's it, and that IMAX has Dune, but it's got Doomsday in standard, right? Are you gonna be like, oh, I really want to see Doomsday in a premium format. I'm already paying for this premium format. Maybe I'll compromise, and maybe I'll just want to see Doomsday, and then go see Dune 3 in a standard format because the only availability is IMAX. There's so many factors here of splitting this particular situation that are going to yield, I think, negative results. I could be wrong, and I probably am wrong, but I do feel that it's going to yield negative results because these two things are going to, in some way or another, kind of cancel themselves out. All right. Like, that's kind of what I'm talking about here is like, if you've got nearly 400 IMAX screens, and if they push for like the 70 millimeter IMAX shit again, like with Odyssey, that's going to be a big deal for them to try that. I don't know. I mean, I can't speak to like how many theaters it's going to be in. I don't know the logistical breakdown of it all, but my gut tells me that Warner Brothers is going to blink. And I have a little bit of precedent to back this up. Okay. A wee bit of precedent to back this up. And it takes us back 10 years, actually more like 11 years. So back in 2015, or maybe it was 2014, Captain America Civil War and Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice were slated to come out on the same day. They were slated to come out on the same day. And as a result of that, right, Warner Brothers blinked and they moved the what's it called? Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice up by 5 weeks. So they wouldn't be in the way of Captain America Civil War. That they blinked. And we know right now, all right, like that we know right now that there's a lot going on with these characters and building up to this Doomsday thing. And I see the point about there being plenty of other movies with villains that didn't have any build up, but this is not anything else, man. This is you got to look at this like it's fucking TV. because Marvel is like its TV, right? The Infinity Saga was 21 movies. Think of it like 21 episodes of a season. All right. You had your beginning, your middle, your ends, your 3 phases. Yes, you introduced new characters all the way through. You introduced the bad guy at the end of phase 1. We got a little bit more of him in the end of phase 2 and a cameo in phase 3 leading up to the big reveal. That's still something. All right. Getting like 5 seconds of Doctor Doom with the mask and the cape at the end of Fantastic Four is a part of it, but there's not enough reason right now to care. And I think that's one of the reasons why the response to the Doomsday trailer is not as good as it could be, because I think the apathy is, why should I care? What is about this that I should be giving a fuck about? Right. And I said the same thing today, even coming off of the trailer for Clayface, where the trailer for Clayface was kind of like, okay, right. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's a competent trailer, but it's really, I don't know if I could really say that it's doing as well as it could be. We'll take a look at that here.
Show me. Show me. Do you realize? What do you want, Miss Hagen?
I want my life back.
I know you. You're famous.
The most beautiful face.
It's a tragedy what they did to him. Boo. I'd like to volunteer for human trials.
This isn't cosmetic surgery.
Even if it kills me, I'll be better off than I am now. I'm okay.
You okay?
I'm okay. I feel great, actually.
I have no idea what side effects you'll have or how to treat them.
Sir, the seatbelt sign is on.
We're in unknown territory.
What's happening to me?
If you're harboring feelings of anger, you need to let them go.
You want to know how I feel? The people I trusted betrayed me. The justice system failed me. They stole my career, my money, my life. I'm a monster.
I have no idea who you are.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's okay. It's not like terrible or anything else. I'm just saying, for me, I looked at it through the lens of going like, okay, is that really about it? Is that what we got? Have I seen Eden Lake? I have not. Yeah. They need to show Clayface a bit more. They're going to hold Clayface until the end. The reason why they're going to hold Clayface till the end is because they want to get the most out of it that they possibly can. All right. Terrence here says, I feel like they showed the entire movie in the Clayface trailer, only apart from his final form. Well, they gave us a look at the final form. But again, my whole thing on this trailer is like, what reason do I have to care about this particular guy? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, okay, so actor, something happens, gets his face cut, not cool, ends up, my cat, I guess my cat's in here. Ends up, losing everything. Understandable, right? Just, experimental surgery in order to be able to try and get ahead or to get back what he lost. Absolutely understandable. So is that it? I don't know, maybe like the story trailer, because this was still, they call it a trailer. This is more of a teaser. You know, the story trailer, I think, is going to really have to, you know, work with me on this one. Hold on one second. My cat's going kind of crazy. Okay. What the fuck is happening? Oh, yes, my cat. Hold on. I gotta go and let him out. He's gonna tear shit up. Give me a second here. I'll just play this trailer again while I'm gone. It might take me a second. Ah.
Show me. Show me. What do you want, Mistaken?
I want my life back.
I know you. You're famous.
It's a tragedy what they did to him.
Boo.
I'd like to volunteer for human trials.
This isn't cosmetic surgery.
Even if it kills me, I'll be better off than I am now. I'm okay.
You okay?
I'm okay. I feel great, actually.
I have no idea what side effects you'll have or how to treat them.
Sir, the seatbelt sign is on.
We're in unknown territory.
Okay, I'm back. We'll finish the trailer.
What's happening to me?
If you're harboring feelings of anger, you need to let them go.
You want to know how I feel? The people I trusted betrayed me. The justice system failed me. They stole my career, my money, my life. I'm a monster.
I have no idea who you are.
Yeah, I mean, like, again, it looks fine, I guess. But here is a very interesting thing. Somebody pointed this out on Reddit, so this is not me. But someone said, have you guys noticed that even though this is set in the DCU and not in the crime saga, okay, the Batman, Clayface, and the Penguin all have very similar themes going on, all have very similar looks happening, which does beg the question, like, just how connected are these particular fucking properties? And obviously, this Clayface takes place in the DCU, not with Batman and Pattinson, but it is produced by Matt Reeves. And it was written by Mike Flanagan. Initially, the story was by Mike Flanagan, and then it was given a rewrite. But one of the things I've seen today, one of the more interesting things I've seen today in response to this trailer has been more and more people absolutely calling for the merging of the universes. All right. Like it's the merging of the universes. People are now, I think, going to start demanding that. You know, they're going to very much start demanding that being the case. And I know I've said it, and I think some of you have agreed with me on that, where it seems to be the most legitimate way of going about this would be having the Batman take place pre-Superman, and then having, you know, that be the lead in to the world, and then Superman and the metahumans, that all comes later. But having that way you have your older Batman for the brave and the bold, but it is tied intrinsically, genetically back to the Pattinson stuff. So that's early phase DCU, rather than trying to tap into something or rebuild something or build something that's entirely new. And the thing about this is I think that's the right course of action. I've been saying this for quite some time. Now, granted, I'm kind of reiterating my own opinion, so I just want to be clear about that. And I feel that this is the best way to kind of get everybody to win. Right? Yeah. Oh, yeah. The red causing more controversy. Look, man, I'm just saying it's like there's thematic overtones here. All right. There's thematic overtones that are running through these DC Elseworlds properties. And so that's an issue. Now, HBart's asked the question, what if Clayface is also a flop in regards to discussing the concept about Supergirl flopping? I don't know what that means. I don't don't necessarily think it's going to be a flop. $40 million budget. The marketing is not really going to be that big. They don't even have do they even have a Clayface panel at Comic-Con? Right? I know Lanterns is going to be there, but that might be the only DCU related thing that's going to be there. And that would be something paid for largely via HBO Max out of their budget rather than DC Studios budget. And one of the things we have to kind of remember is that last year, Superman had an estimated profit of 125 million, which again is only reportedly estimated. It's not anything that we have direct access to. Okay, we have to. I see a lot of people bringing that up, like, oh, Superman 2025 made 125 million for the studio. Well, did it? Do you have the evidence outside of a Forbes article to back that up? And the answer to that is no, you fucking don't. So we don't know. Okay, we don't know. Now, so go back to what I was saying. If Superman made $125 million for the studio, and Supergirl is going to lose an estimated $100 million for the studio, that is not good. So a lot of the future of everything really hinges on whether or not Clayface is able to find an audience. Now, I saw a lot of people today also, because I said that the trailer kind of wants to be Joker, but it comes across a bit more like Morbius, in the vibe that I'm getting from it. And some people got really mad at me for saying that, but it's true. It's very true. They want to be like the Joker. They want to be able to tap into that cultural juggernaut. They want to be able to say, hey guys, we did this. This is the next thing that we're doing. And the reality of it is that they don't know. They have no way. No one knows anything because the box office is a snapshot of where things are at that time. Could Clayface do well? Following Backrooms, following Obsession? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I'm not even saying that to be divisive or fucking controversial. I mean that literally, right? Obsession is a take on a monkey's paw. Backrooms is a take on an internet meme. And Clayface is a take on an episode from the Batman the Animated Series that came out in the early 1990s. Now, if Masters of the Universe success or lack thereof has taught me anything, is that stuff, and same even goes with, let's say, Mandalorian and Grogu, is that franchises that are based in properties that are over 40 years old or around 40 years old, at least over the age of 30, might run into a bit of a struggle considering the fact that what age demographic are they targeted at? Now, do I think Clayface will do well on streaming? Yeah, I do. Do I think that it will do well on home video? Yeah, I do. I think it will do well on that market. That is going to be where it ends up really, really, really getting there. And the reason why I feel it might run into some trouble is because what's the point of the movie, right? Okay, what's Obsession? Guy has unrequited love with the girl that he cares for. Is he in the friend zone? He doesn't quite know. He makes a wish. It all goes to shit. All right. That was, and again, Gen Z, unrequited love, fucking dating is a nightmare for Gen Zers. These are things that were tapped into on that market. There was themes that Curry Barker pulled from that were able to really kind of like tap into that particular group, and not just that group, but cross over into the mainstream, but largely target that group of people. And then you got stuff like Backrooms. Backrooms, a 19-year-old kid directed that fucking movie. 19-year-old kid directed that movie, but he didn't write the script. And you can tell he didn't write the script because there's no way that he would have written about a fucking middle-aged guy going through a goddamn crisis at the age of, if he would have written that when he was 18 years old. Right. So so there's elements there that did well because of the Backrooms connection, but no one is out there going like, man, that fucking script rocked it hard. No one is saying that. But here you've got a movie that has to perform. It can't, it has to perform. And the fact that you have people today saying this feels like it's set in the Batman movie universe, but it's not, means you should maybe merge them. And then you get, some real fucking paint huffing motherfuckers that believe the opposite. They shouldn't do that one then. HRS for 5, thank you, says, hold on here. Wait, hold on. Sorry, you got this. I don't want to get, and there's other supers I'm going to get to here in a second too, guys. I did see him, but I got distracted. So I'm just on a rant. I want to kind of keep it there. All right. So, HBars for 5, thank you, says, will this movie be free of gunnisms, or are we going to get another fucking needle drop and maybe a poop joke? Well, he will probably have, final say over the edit. You got to remember that this entire, the DCU is the James Gunn universe. That's what it is. So it's his creative fingerprints are going to be all over everything. And because his creative fingerprints are going to be all over everything, that's going to end up being something kind of major. Is that while he probably didn't do anything with Mike Flanagan's script, they did bring somebody else in to rewrite it. And then Gunn is going to have to approve that rewrite. So is Peter Safran. But he's going to have to approve that rewrite in order to then take that thing to go into production. And then during production, things are going to change. And in post-production, things are going to change. So we don't necessarily know how many Gunnisms are going to make their way in, or how many Gunnisms have already made their way in and they were pulled out. There are things we'll probably learn as time goes on, but for right now, we literally have no way of knowing. And then H-Bars here, thank you, says, Adria Arjona should be Wonder Woman. Gunn is dumb. If she is not, I will keep saying that. A lot of people are making that claim. I personally am under the belief that Maxima is really a brainwashed Wonder Woman for Man of Tomorrow. I know that the character of Maxima has a history with Brainiac, and that could bring her into this world. But I think that by and large, since so many people are saying it, it could go either way. But we do know that James Gunn does not like to listen to criticism, and he does not listen to fan feedback. We know that. James Gunn does think that he knows more than everybody else. And I'm not going to lie, he does know quite a bit. He has made several successful films that are fun, that are good, and I do enjoy them. And I do want to see what he's going to do going up. So it's funny, tonight we were watching Masters of the Universe on Amazon, and then the movie ended and we went back to the menu and my girl saw Superman is on there. So my girlfriend put Superman on to kind of veg out to. And so she enjoys that movie. I enjoy that movie. I was watching it again and I'm just kind of looking at that going like, man, it looks, it looks cheap compared to like some of the stuff I've been watching lately. You look at the Odyssey and a lot of Greek mythology went in to the design elements of Man of Steel and BVS and Justice League. Like you could see Zach was kind of pulling from a little bit of that stuff, and like the texture and lived in feel of those worlds was really good. And that was something that I'm watching the Superman movie and I'm going like, as much as I enjoy it, and I think Corin Sweat was great, I have so many questions, right? Like, why was the Hammer of Baravia able to fly to the outskirts of fucking Metropolis, land on the beach at Luthor Corps' little fucking beach resort right there, and nobody happened to notice it? Superman himself didn't happen to follow him, watch him fly away and track him to see where he was going. A couple things are just kind of weird. A lot of weirded and a lot of oddities with that movie. And again, I'm not even knocking the film. I enjoyed the film, but the more, it's one of those things where you watch it and you realize like there's a problem. Like as much as I love Masters of the Universe, it does drag a little bit in the center. It probably could have been trimmed by about maybe 10 minutes, to make it a little bit faster paced. But when it hits hard, and it hits it hard like more times than not. So, all right, let's take a look here at the $10 from King of Golden State, buddy. Thank you so much. What part of Doomsday trailer do you not believe? For me, the end of the trailer when Thor says it's not possible, I don't think it's him reacting to Steve Rogers' return. That I actually do believe is real. Because Steve Rogers would not be around at that time. This is where that version of Steve Rogers is not our version of Steve Rogers. That is a variant of Steve Rogers. That is going to be Hydra Cap. I believe is going to be Hydra Cap. I think they're going to tap into that one. That's what I think they're going to be doing with it. But for me, I don't think there's really anything in the trailer that I didn't believe outside of the CG. You know what I mean? Like it just was kind of weird. It was kind of weird, but speaking of that one, and thank you for that $10. There has been an updated version of this trailer, and it is interesting when we start to kind of break it down. But I'll get to that one there real quick here because Ahsoka's got something very similar. I don't blame Marvel Studios though. Post Phase 3 hasn't been as successful, so they have to do the Doom with no buildup. I mean, the Kang situation was the buildup, and then of course everything went to shit with Jonathan Majors, so it kind of went a certain direction. I mean, like I still think, they should do something to introduce Doom, but we've already seen 2 other iterations of Doom on the big screen, 3 other, yeah. Well, we had Doom was in both of the Fantastic Four films from 05 and 07, and then he popped up again in 2015. But he didn't pop up in Fantastic Four, but he's popping up in this one. So I mean, like, again, this is really the big draw here is the return of Robert Downey Jr. That is the draw. That is that's what it's going to be. We have to fucking remember that, right? Let's see. Rash over 10, buddy. Thank you. In 2022, you said I guess I said something 4 years ago. In 2022, you said they were building outwards with the Reeves Gothamverse and the Batman. Do you still feel that way now after the GCPD and the Arkham show got canceled and no word on Penguin season 2? I think, well, again, that was all pre-James Gunn coming into the fold. And that was all, that was all still the DCEU was going, and I think they bit off more than they could chew on that, to be fair. I did. Obviously, when it comes to the successful side of DC, Matt Reeves has shown that he is more capable. Overall, I think is more capable. And I think that's going to be the big takeaway here. Is that, people want what Matt Reeves is selling more than they want what James Gunn is selling. And I really feel I really feel like that's what's happening, is that people want something that is grounded. They want something that is going to be accessible. They want something that is familiar, but they also want something that is exciting. And I think what they've been able to do with the grounded criminal nature of the Batman, as well as the Penguin, giving us very nuanced performances, with award-winning performances as well, with a very, very good, solid, grounded, grimy, dirty feel to it, is something that audiences are clearly flocking towards. Whereas stuff with James Gunn, Superman, Supergirl, maybe not so much. And I'm not even, it's so weird because like some people can't handle like criticizing a movie, right? Like you can criticize a movie. I still enjoyed Supergirl probably more than a lot of people did. And I enjoyed Superman quite a bit, and I'm curious, and I'm actually really excited to see what happens there next year. But again, I can point out the problems with these movies, and there are lots of problems. Let's see. HWAD's here for 2. Thank you. Says, why did you send me my tweet a few days back? Because you were tweeting out like the pedo shit about Gunn, which I don't like. And that's what it was. Thank you. It's also my friends think I'm nuts because I want the Paramount merger. You want the Paramount merger because you financially benefit from the Paramount merger. That's why you want the merger. Let's at least be honest. Let's clear the fucking playing field. You financially benefit from the merger. That's why you want it. All right. Like that's the truth of it right there. So as a result of that, that's fine. You want it because you get, you have stock and the stock will make you money. And so there you go. And I'm not even knocking that. That's just the way that it fucking is. Okay, Jason, sorry, buddy, let me explain something to you here. Dan Muriel is not a trusted source for any of this shit. Okay. Dan Muriel saying that Supergirl could lose the studio $244 million is not even remotely accurate. All right. Like, is it going to lose the studio a lot of money? Yes, that's true. Do we know how much that's going to be? No, we do not know. We will never know. Hollywood accounting does not put us in a position to ever truly know any of that information. It's all speculation. There's a reason why Dan Muriel puts that nice little asterisk at the bottom of the fucking image, right? He's like, well, this doesn't include any of the ancillary forms of fucking earnings. And that's the issue there. That's the issue. It's, it is what it is, right? It is that's all it is, right? It's like, we don't know Hollywood accounting, so we can't necessarily look at that and treat it with anything other than like, pure just speculation. So there you go. Let's see. Music Manager says, I feel like James is tossing things up against the wall. I love Superman, but I love the Batman more, and I don't want to see a good franchise go into an uneasy one. Well, the problem though is that, again, we as fans have like no control over any of this, right? We as fans, we all we can do is like spend some money, but that's really about it. And at the end of the day, the money that we spend is pennies, is peanuts, is atoms on the fucking ass of an elephant compared to how much money is being brought in through shareholders and those particular dividends and everything else that goes on, right? All of the ancillary wheelings and dealings that these studios do. The fact that they rent space from their own companies, that they hire their own companies to do visual effects, right? To give you an example, Supergirl, when it goes to HBO Max, is going to have to pay the company, DC Studios, or maybe the LLC that Supergirl, was funded under, might have to, is going to have to pay HBO Max, HBO Max is going to have to pay them in order to license Supergirl. And you might be thinking to yourself, that makes no sense. Why would that happen? Why would this be a thing? They own it. Why would they need to pay themselves? Because of contracts, because of licensing agreements, because of payouts, residuals, things along those lines. That's why they have to do it. And that's why they're going to do it. That's, again, part of it is we don't know any of this shit. We don't know any of that stuff personally, professionally, up, down, left, right. It doesn't matter. We don't know any of it. So it becomes almost completely pointless to even discuss it. That's why, like, when Dan Murrell does these videos, I point and I laugh. And when people I see share them around online, I also point and I laugh because I'm like, this is in no way accurate. Now, he admits this is not accurate. He admits this is not complete data set. He admits that he's just running speculation based upon numbers that he can Google, that he can find out that way. But that is not a clear or accurate representation of the ecosystem of how movies make their money. It's one part. But because he says it confidently and people want to believe something like that because it's the easiest piece of information they can access, they believe it. So there you go. All right. HWAD 5, thank you, buddy. Says, if Superman had the same cast and gun, but Cavill was the only difference, how many DCU fans would hate it? Well, they wouldn't be DCU fans up until that point, now would they? Right? And Cavill's never really been, like, Cavill's portrayal has never really been the issue. They don't get mad at the way Henry played the character because he's an actor doing a job. They've got mad at, like, Zack Snyder. So it ends up being this issue where I think they'd be okay with it as long as Zack Snyder wasn't attached. But what if it was James Gunn writing and it was all the new cast and it was Zack Snyder directing? How much would they lose their shit? If it was a good movie, they wouldn't care. Sorry, it's like so hot. It was like in the 90s today here with humidity, which is not normal for Washington. And like right now it's apparently dropped down to like 68 degrees. It had a 30-degree drop from like 5 hours ago to now, but like I've got all that trapped up fucking warm air here. So I'm like just let's see here. HBR says, I feel like Zach could work with David really well. Oh, you're talking about David Ellison. I don't know, man. King of the Golden State, buddy, for tenor. Thank you. It feels like Thor is reacting to Loki or Iron Man's return. Steve coming back from the past timeline shouldn't be a shock to him. He's not, though, because we see the alternate of that. We see the two shot. It isn't possible Steve shouldn't be there because Steve went back to the past. And that's he's living in another dimension. I don't think that is. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. I don't believe that's the case, but maybe it is. There's definitely going to be a couple fake outs. They always do this, but we don't necessarily know yet entirely how it's all going to be. Oh, David Cornsweat. Okay. Do I have AC? No, I live in Washington. We don't have AC here. I mean, new houses have AC. My house is built in the early 1980s, and I live in the forest. Like legit, I live in the forest. Like it stays cool here until about maybe 3 or 4 o'clock, and then we just get this like downpour of like evening heat. And, it being like 96 degrees and humid. And I think there's also been like a forest fire nearby because like the air was hazy today. It's weird. I have my windows open, Chris. Thermodynamics fucking apply. And if you want me to send you a link, I'll send you a link. But thermodynamics fucking apply. Okay. And unless I have cats, I got to worry about them getting out. So 60 something degrees is very nice, Tarzan. Yeah, no. Trust me, I am not wearing a top right now. I have a button-up shirt that's open. If I was on camera, this would be an OnlyFans account. That's all I'm trying to say on that one there. Be like, who wants to see me rub my nipples? Because somehow I've turned into review tech. Thor is reacting to Deadpool. Fuck it, let's go. Let's fucking go. Let's do it. Let's have some fun. I do want to know if Deadpool is going to pop up in there. I kind of feel that he might. I kind of feel that he could. You know, I feel like that could be a fucking thing. You know. All right. I will send Chris a message. Blah blah blah. But I don't know if he is high, because that could be annoying. Anyway, I love you, buddy, but goddamn. Thor is reacting to Matt Jarbo. That's right. Oh no! What is it? Oh no! Like I can never do the Australian. No. I can't do it. All right, here, movie man. Thank you. Says both Zack Snyder and James Gunn's universes are both DCU because Gunn kept some elements from Snyder's direction and the DC cinematic. Well, I mean, no. No, not really. No, not really. I mean, no. No, not really. You can't really, Shazam, no. Black Adam, maybe. But Black Adam never popped up in Shazam. Nerderotic said source told him RDJ is coming back as Iron Man. No one cares what Nerderotic has to say. It's dumb. Nerderotic is what happens when like meth gets a personality. H-Bart's here with this. I never understand why they never embraced the name DCEU. I never understood that either. I was in Hall H a number of years back, and they had they had like another name for it they were trying to sell. It was like the DC World of Comics or some shit like that. It was some weird name. And like everywhere, when they had it like, broadcast on like the walls, and everyone was like, what the fuck is that? Is that the new name? Is that the DCEU? Like, what the fuck is that shit? They never fucking answered it. It was so stupid. This is the problem with DC. DC never knows what it wants to be. Outside of animation, it never knows what it wants to be. Period. Right? Like at all. It never knows. What's up, Chris? How you doing, buddy?
Hey, what's up, guys?
So how fucking high are you? I have to ask first off tonight.
No, I'm good tonight. I'm good.
You were
I was pretty wasted last time I was on.
I was like, fuck, bro, I don't care about music. Like,
I went back and re-listened to it, and bro, I was like, okay, I said some funny shit, but I also sound like a fucking idiot in some of it. I was forgetting everybody's names. Like, I couldn't remember Elon Musk. I kept saying the Twitter guy.
That's okay. Actually, after we watched the after we streamed, I ended up finding a way to watch the Odyssey, and I did.
Yeah. I've forgotten. I know I went and saw it with my brother. And I tried the I was to the music.
Yeah.
No, that's the Goonies. See, maybe I am a little high. Yeah. So I think that I was probably shouldn't have mixed like I did. I think that's what it was, and I won't.
That can happen to people, like when if you're like, hey man, I've got like this beer and a Percocet. What's the worst that could happen?
Right. And I had gummies and painkillers, and then you mix that with and it's all prescribed. And then I was like, oh shit, diabetes meds. I got to take my gabapentin,
folks. It's all prescribed.
And the doctors love to make us junkies. But what I mean is like, and I'm like, shit, I got to take my gabapentin too, because
my doctor doesn't make me a junkie. Like, what the fuck?
That's most doctors.
My doctor's like, go fucking lose weight, fatty.
Now because there's an opioid crisis. But I grew up, to take. I know, man. I can't believe I've been home 20 years. It doesn't feel like it. Anyway, I paroled in 2005. It just really doesn't feel like it. But 20 years ago when I came home, if you stubbed your toe, they would put you on OxyContin, man. Like, it was fucking crazy. These doctors were pushing pain meds really hard, and that's what strung a lot of us out, you know, because they started me on codeine, and they're like, "Is it working?" I'm like, "Yeah, it still throbs a little bit." So I get a knee surgery, and they're like, "Well, here, let me show you Vicodin." And I was like, "Vicodin? Well, it's hydrocodone. It's a generic form of Vicodin." I'm like, "All right." And I took one, and I went, "Ooh, I like this," right? And then they upped it to Percocet because it wasn't healing right. And then they, you know what I mean? And then before I knew it, I was getting morphine from my friends. And the worst kind of junkie is the junkie that can afford it. That's the worst kind, Maddie. Because I could afford everything I was getting, you know, and that gave way to heroin, and the heroin gave way to, actually, I'm telling you, man, how the fuck have I never been on Oprah? I should write a book.
You should. And it should be titled "Get Me on Oprah."
Yeah, get me on Oprah. But I don't want to sidetrack. I do want to say I agree with you about I'm sorry, man. Like, I just gotta say this, and it's not racist, but this is not racist. Okay. But Clayface is Clayface, and it's all black people's fault. You saw that shit.
No, it wasn't.
You saw the trailer. It was a black girl. Black girl did it. It's all black people's fault.
Well, no, hold up, yo. This is where.
No, I'm kidding, bro. Here's what I'm gonna say. It does feel like the Joker, and it feels like they deliberately did it that way.
Well, they're editing a trailer because they know. Here's a reason why Clayface will never be like the Joker, is because Joker had all of that fucking mental health worry about it surrounding the film. You know what I mean? Like, there was all of like there was like, it was so funny today. My girlfriend was watching I think it's like Ordinary Adventures on YouTube, which is like this guy Peter Sciretta who created the website Slash Film. And back in 2019 or I think it was 2019, when he went to go see an early screening of Joker, a guy I knew was there and had told me this in like August of 2019, before they even went live with their reviews, like by weeks and weeks and weeks. He told me that Peter Sciretta had said this movie's going to cause a shooting. And I knew that. And then so when the trailer dropped, or when the reviews dropped, he went online and he said that exact same thing.
I remember when it blew up. Like, the news was like,
out on that shit.
Because don't do that, bro. You're gonna cause it.
I'm like, dude, you fucking whatever, man. But then you had like the military get involved, and you had all this shit, right? Like, no one's gonna be like, oh, we got to worry about a guy who's half clay and he's gonna be fucking killing people. The only thing I could see that being would be like, what if Jared from Subway escaped and all that loose skin he suffocates his fucking victims with, right? Like, that would be like a modern version of fucking Clayface would be like a fucking, you know, Peloton user who was 400 pounds. Oh, no, a fucking Ozempic bitch who was like on that shit, lost all the weight, and then just like used her fucking loose belly flat to fucking mold into a new face.
I just thought it was funny because me and Brody watched the trailer together, and I was like, see what your people do to everybody? And I just thought it was funny because he gets mad at me. He gets so mad at me because whenever we stream, I won't discuss racial issues. It's not something I'm super educated in. I don't have the same feelings as a lot of people, like the fucking chuds. And it's uncomfortable, Maddie. It's uncomfortable. So he gets mad at me when I don't like at least crack one dumb joke once in a while, you know? So we watched the trailer today, and I was like, is that black girl the only person that messed with him? Like, nobody knew what was happening to this guy, but it's some sort of makeup or whatever that's in like testing stages. Like, what's going on, man? And then when the trailer was all the way done, and it looked like not only it felt like the Joker, but it felt like, so part of me even felt like Folie à Deux, because this doctor is his love interest. You can tell when they're in the tunnel in Central Park or whatever.
Yeah.
You can, and I'm like, what is going on, man? This is a doctor. Okay, I know she's not Harley, but she's a doctor. Like, and now Clayface is gonna fall for his doctor. Joker will never admit it, but he fell for his psychiatrist. It's like, are they really trying to push it? Whoa, there's no other. They didn't put anybody else in here except the mafia. Okay, so it's all black people and Italians' fault. All right, I get it. I get it, racist. That's
Notice,
Hollywood.
notice how the attractive cishet white man is the victim.
Yeah, that's what. Oh my god, we can totally work this. We can totally Ryan Cannell this if we wanted.
This is worse than age casting.
We can totally Ryan Cannell this if we
Why
wanted.
is it always the attractive white people getting cut up by the Russian mob?
Why?
Why
Does everybody hate white people again all of a sudden?
Why is it that it's only rogue black scientists?
Yeah, race relations in the 90s and the early 2000s were great before this generation fucked them up.
Don't you think most plastic surgery happens in places like fucking like Asia and shit? Didn't we watch Amelia Perez? You know, vaginoplasty. Yeah. You remember that one? You ever see that clip?
Oh no!
I can't even play that clip because like fucking it gets taken down if I play that clip.
Man, 2 women, penis to vagina. I tried to watch it, man. I tried because I love Zoe so much. You know what I mean? And I'm like, okay, I want to support her. She got a fucking Oscar for this shit.
I love that movie. He loved that movie.
I know, but you know what? Zoe didn't get that Oscar for Amelia Perez, right? I mean, they said it was for Amelia Perez, but it wasn't for Amelia Perez.
I don't think she got it for Amelia Perez. I think she got it for Avatar.
I think she got it for Avatar or Guardians.
And so I think they're just like, but we can't give it to that because that's like cape shit or you know, fucking blue cat people shit. So let's find like the worst movie. Here's the thing. It's not even that Amelia Perez was like a bad movie. It wasn't even a bad movie. It was an interesting movie. I didn't hate my time with it, but I'm just like, but it's so fucking just like whitewashing of this entire situation. You know, like there's this scene where like Amelia Perez is like, she's playing the auntie, you know, and she's like laying down with her son post transition, you know, and the son's all like, you smell like my papa. Right. And then they're singing this song and you're going like, it's kind of meant to be like, oh man, fucking, son doesn't know that she's you know, really his dad. And, you know, and you're like, oh man, but then it just sounds like really fucking weird. Like you smell like my dad, man.
I just remember that crazy fucking ending. That was the part that I was like, okay, I'm kind of invested, but what? They put him in a trunk.
Oh, where she dies and
I'm like, this is fucked up. Like,
yeah, it was you know, and the funny thing too is like the director had like no knowledge or understanding of like Latino culture at all, and just like went into it like, I just want to make this movie, and you're like, you know what, fuck it, I guess like that is art, right?
Listen, there's a time when I always say this, man. You know, like it's a guilty pleasure, but there's that great line in like, you know, when what's his face is yelling at Dom, he's like, you don't know this fucking dude, and he's like, there was a time I didn't know you, motherfucker. So, and I always thought that was a great line. You know, every once in a while, Fast and Furious, believe it or not, guys, will give you a really deep line, and that's a good line. Like there was a time I didn't know you, and dude's like, that was in the 3rd grade. But there was a time that none of these directors, the James Camerons and the Spielbergs of the world, the De Palmas and the Oliver Stones, nobody knew. There was a time when nobody knew who the fuck they were. You know, like so. Yeah. I don't know why people get so worked up over a first-time director when we see it's not the first-time directors that are the problems. It's the writers. I'm sorry, Perp, I'm sorry, but I want a good story. That's what keeps me invested. You know.
Well, I would make the argument. I'd make the argument that again, like there's the story that you write, there's a story that you shoot, and there's a story that you edit, and there are 3 very distinct.
Yeah, the editing's super important too, bro. Yeah, editing is super important.
Like, you know, because like
taught us that, guys. Guys, who taught us that editing is one of the most important processes in Hollywood ever? Who taught us that? Come on.
Tarantino?
No. Before that, 1977. I don't have an editor. I'm gonna have my wife do it.
Oh.
She taught us that lesson decades ago.
Well, to be fair though, right? You know how many women are editors in Hollywood? More than men. There's way more lady editors than there are men editors.
And I think it's because no one wants to do the shit tedious work that you've got edited before, Maddie. You know how hard it is.
I'm gonna tell you, they were doing this shit with like 35 millimeter, man. Like, look, here's the reason why I think women are better suited for it. For one, I think it's like they understand, like there's a softness to it, right? Like there's a preciseness to it, you know, like they're you know, you figure like how many men out there are seamstresses, right? Seamsters, whatever the fucking term is, you know, sewers, whatever, right? Like you don't ever hear about that. But why would
you? If they're okay, I'm not going there. But yeah, yes, seamstress or a seamster, yes.
Okay, I'm just saying it's like you always see women
like other things. Oh wait, you're a what? Okay,
like women sew, right? Like women sew, And you're like, okay, and you kind of like, okay, but why? Like, why is it more of an accepted thing? Probably because like you feel like there's a precision level that's there, and it's like do men always have on those specific things? Did they have that same level of precision, right? So it's like my OCD for editing. I'll get into like the frames and like I especially when it comes to audio. Like I hate there to be any. You'd be amazed.
Any
If you
background, any music that
well,
changes.
not even that, but like a click or like if I hear
I'm not that bad, but I used to be bad. Like when I edit, I'm bad. I'll go frame by frame, Maddie. I will.
I am that bad. But I have taken takes that are just like woefully different and like we woven them together in my Adobe Audition and listen back, and you cannot tell that there's any cut whatsoever there. Right. And it's like, but it's like it takes time to get into the wavelength and work with the wavelength. So it's a very precise thing. And I would make the argument, and I think like probably people with like OCD are like the craziest editors because they're like, you know, like I have to get in and make it right. Whereas people like ADHD are just kind of like, fuck it, let's just get it done. You know?
Yeah.
And so, but then you look like last night, or not last night, but on Monday night, watching, you know, Perp stuff, and like that shit's fucking bonkers. You know, and you could totally see Perp working on it because that's the kind of shit where his mind goes.
Yeah, and you can also see that, like, yeah, okay. You know, whenever I watch any of his stuff, some of his stuff is so funny. That fucking that song he does for DC about the see, this ain't because I'm high. This is just like I can't remember the Asian guy's name. Oh, Hamada?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that "Fuck You Hamada" song or whatever, like that. What's Walter Hamada? Fuck you, I'm still Walter Hamada. That's and he's got. You can tell like where he started. You can tell like as a real profession that, you know, because he and his brother direct now and have directed mainstream shit, and I think that's why we're not seeing them that much anymore. I think they're working on something.
Well, I think there are things that he is working on that he can't talk about.
Right. And you can tell that he started with editing. Like you can just tell, you know.
Well, I think a lot of those guys, again, like, you know, they kind of dove in, they did a short film, and that's what got him into Sundance, I think, and that's what got him an agent. And a lot of the stuff, you know, he kind of went through the rigmarole of it all, you know, and went through he paid his dues, so to speak.
You kind of know that life, though. I mean, you went to film school and shit, you know, you lived in LA.
I did a little bit of that, but no, it never got anywhere near, you know, like him, because I was always like the biggest problem. And
you directed that crazy "We're in the Woods" movie, whatever the fuck it was, where the dude was like, "What did that?"
In search of, or you mean the documentary?
The one where the dude said he said something in one movie, it came off as like racist, and in your movie, it came off as funny. And I can't remember what he said, but it's a quote from a movie.
Oh, your name is Toby.
Your man, yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're talking about Hillbilly Hunting.
I had so much. We all did. When I sat with you, we had so much fun watching that. And it's like a dumb cam movie. You know what I mean? Just that you did in some spare time. But we had fun. Like the shit. I'm not gonna lie, guys. Don't get mad at me. Don't come for me. I don't like. Now I'm starting to not like where AI is going, and I want to tell you why. Because I liked that short you showed us so much.
Which one?
The one where the guy, they just wanted to know what happened to their dog. They were making zombies. Fuck me, that was good shit, bro.
Oh yeah.
The District 9 guy. Yeah, good.
Well,
shit, bro.
Here, like I wanted to show this one before you popped in. This is a take on the Doomsday trailer. Check this out.
Something's coming. I'm a fire in my laser. Something we may not be able to deter. Before this day is done, we shall be faced with an unthinkable decision. Happening. I fought with many warriors.
Oh my God. Speaking of Godzilla, rest in peace.
Oh,
that poor girl.
Then all of us put together, and they died.
You got a mustache.
Died facing enemies and threats that scared me far less than this one. Everything that they sacrifice will be for nothing.
Pokemon or Magic the Gathering.
Put aside your petty squabbles. Disguise is enough to presume nothing except this. If you return, you will return as brothers and sisters. It's not the time.
The crowd, that's so bad.
But mark my words. We're going to need a miracle. Hey, pal. It's not possible. No, we open a big league.
The Jeffersons, that's funny. Jeffersons. Catch grab.
Yeah, I saw this on the AI subreddit.
It's funny, but I will also just say, like, people making that kind of shit are already, and the people that are already trashing this movie, they're just grifters and haters. That's the truth. That would be a funny movie, though. It reminded me of, like, not a teen movie or a scary movie. You could probably do something like that, especially the part where you see Thanos at the Oscars or whatever. Yeah, that makes sense, man. You could probably make money off a parody of that, for real.
I have a feeling, just in many ways, that like you're gonna see a ton of stuff kind of coming down the fucking pipeline, and one of the things.
Wondering what made that AI thing that you showed us, and I'm really glad you showed us because I went back and I couldn't find it on the internet, so I just went back and watched it on your stream like 3 or 4 times. It's not so much the AI, but what I want to know is, did the AI write that story, or did the guy write that story, or did the guy program AI to write that story?
No, I would argue that the guy wrote the story.
Okay, because the story was the best part, man. But the zombies look. I mean, they look scary. I think anytime you glaze anyone's eyes over white like that, it gets. They were putting trap jaw teeth in and shit. That was.
Well, check this out. So this is a guy. There's a guy, a content creator named Gossip Goblin, and he's doing this movie called Gods Don't Give Gifts. And there's not a trailer out yet, but this is going to theaters.
It's all AI.
It's all AI, dude. Oh my god, Gossip Goblin, this motherfucker, dude. This motherfucker. Yeah. Okay, hold on, Ahsoka. I will drop that link. He's really good. I've shown one of his shorts before. We were watching I forget what it was fucking called, but it's I'm trying to find this guy's thing here. He's got a bunch of, well, here's the thing, right? But a bunch of these articles today were talking about how his movie is going from YouTube to the big screen. Right? Like IndieWire. I mean, these are all, Forbes, like outlets are talking about the fact that this
actual
guy
outlets, are
going. And so it's like people are mad. They're mad at him for that. Let me see if I can go over to his page. I haven't been able to find it. Maybe it's on his YouTube. But he's got about 1.43 million subscribers.
Mo, what are you babbling about? What are you talking about? What did I not tell the truth about?
I don't know.
He's so angry. He needs a hug. I will go there. I will give you a hug. We'll meet halfway. We'll meet in like Vegas or something. Texas. We'll meet in Dallas. I'll give you a hug.
Yeah, let me check here. Gods Don't Give Gifts trailer. Is there a trailer for it?
How if I maybe I didn't follow the right move.
Okay. I didn't read the thing right. So this is Gods Don't Give Gifts. It's a feature-length anthology movie. So you're gonna have like
a bunch of little stories. Yeah.
Well, like this one right here. This is one.
Pomegranate. Oh, that's very cool.
No, but I'll say this thing is that you have somebody that does sound design.
Your mic's messing up, Maddie. I don't know if it's because you got video playing or what. But... I'm an excellent driver, motherfucker. I'm elite.
Your block's become a glorified asylum. I had to step over no fewer than 3. I hesitate to call them people. One of whom was trying to gnaw off his own ear. And that alleyway of yours, well, 2 gentlemen, the size of cargo rigs, were engaging in, well, I'm not one to impugn anyone's recreational preferences. It wasn't particularly discreet. You know, for a man whose livelihood depends on a certain caliber of clientele, you run a remarkably unsanitary operation.
Hello to you too.
Yes. Hello.
So, how's
Very,
things?
very cyberpunk.
How am I? Well, 6 hours. 6 hours with Neracor's finest synaptists yapping about wetware installs. Not an original thought between the lot of them. Absolutely nauseating. I'm going to collapse from boredom. I'm telling you now, the tedium is going to finish me off long before the bit drop does.
Well, can't have that.
Oh, certainly not. It'd be a damn scandal if I expired here. Your shop would be swarming with Neracor's forensics by sunrise. I can't imagine they'd look too charitably upon your, inventory.
You'd be surprised.
Right. Yes. What have you got for me?
The Chrome kids are raving about this new spool from...
Sounds wonderful. Thread me in.
What? You don't want to hear my pitch?
I'm not some smarmy little mesh dodger who needs a brochure. Just give me the damn spool. Please.
Right, of course.
Say what you will about this place. It's the only appointment I keep where I don't have to pretend.
For a fucking spark plug. That's crazy.
You know what old Merrick called it? To say it was all in him out the water. Half his legs missing. What? Incorrigible. The Leviathan. Incorrigible, he called it.
Articulate bastard. Aye, laugh it up. But that beast's been gorging on every squirming
Oh my God,
worm the
every
seas
fucking
had to
actor.
offer since the dawn of time.
Every fucking actor is coming off as like Game of Thrones. it's fucking kind of annoying.
Father's sack, and it still hasn't had its fill.
That's right, Circle. Everyone's gonna
You know
use
what
that
drives
boat
a
to get
thing
this
like
movie.
that? What, Captain? I wish I knew. But today, we slay that beast. Stop it! Stop it!
I mean, that's cool. That's pretty dope. I mean, it sucks for those guys. For real, poor dude. That's what you get for fishing for its babies. This is very Greenpeace. Very liberal. I like it. Oh. That had a Jaws vibe, I won't lie. That was pretty cool. I get it, but what I'm saying is like the storyline. I'm talking about the story, Fourth.
Pomegranate.
Rhododendron.
Oh, come on. I was in the vicinity.
Of what?
Well, they share a phonetic. There's a floral quality to it.
One's a shrub, sir. You want an easier safe word?
No. I'm perfectly capable of remembering pomegranate.
So, you bailed early there.
I didn't bail. It's just how many fish can a man incarnate as before the novelty of
Leviathan.
Leviathans, krakens, serpents? It's hardly a question of size. It's how many heroes can you thrash about in your jaws before they all taste the same?
You know, I'll never stop to count.
Just run me another. Something a bit more...
A bit more...
Oh, you're the professional here. Just run something better.
All right. See you on the other side.
What is even happening right now? Like, what the fuck?
Okay, so this thing goes on for another 20 minutes. We're not going to watch the whole thing, but I like this here from Droga. I was going to ask this as AI. It was just $3 theater, so of course it is. Hey man, listen. I talk about Hollywood, and I'll talk about the fringes of Hollywood and where things are going. And this, my friend, is where things are going. This is where things are going. This is exactly where things are going. You're going to start seeing. The fact is that this guy is bringing these short stories to theaters in October, and it was written about in the trades. And so it doesn't necessarily matter.
It's just going to get, here's my thing. It's just going to get more. It's just going to get, for lack of a better word, it's just going to get better and better. And what I mean is, in the early days of the internet, it was dialed up. Then it was and now it's, you had DSL, and now you have super fast cable. And now you got Google Fiber. Like, it's like, and I think AI is going to do the same thing. It's just going to get better and better till we can't tell the difference, man.
Yeah. I mean, and that's kind of the whole point. So it kind of leads me into the main topic of today, obviously talking about the Odyssey and shit. But so over on Twitter, we had an interesting situation. I went to the wrong one first. Elon Musk here says, before this year's end, Grok Imagine will make a full-length movie of the Odyssey that is historically accurate and true to the art of Homer. Now, is this is from yesterday, so about a little over 24 hours ago.
Yeah, he's mad. A lot of them are butthurt, and now they're trying to they always say that the people that like something they don't like are moving the goalposts, or vice versa. And that new popcorn whatever came out, and it shows the real audience scores and the real.
None of that's real though. None of that.
Yeah, and none of us know if any of that shit's real. But they're so
they
don't want to be wrong. But Maddie, that they're like moving the goalpost. They're inventing shit, saying that they're buying out entire theaters.
None of that is real. Like,
none of it's real. None of it's true. It's all bullshit. This movie's making a ton of money.
But they just want to say that, so then it's like, they
got to get that egg off their face somehow. They got to get that egg off their face somehow. So now they're gonna invent shit. The only one who's actually coming out and saying, which blows my mind, the only one who's actually coming out and saying, yo, I knew this movie was gonna make a lot of money, but I was wrong. I went and saw it. I paid my money. I gave it a 5. The only one that's saying that other website ain't real and that's all bullshit and that's just, it's a huge amount of cope. Ryan Cannell, of all people. That's kind of crazy.
Well, Ryan will, he did the same thing with House of the Dragon season 1 way back in the day. He was like, yeah, man, fucking this shit's gonna suck dick. It's gonna suck donkey.
Look at all the girls in it. It's gonna talk.
Oh, it's so fucking fakey gay. There's women involved. Oh, I can't have
a vagina. I can't have that in the Dragon world.
Then the show came out, and the show had a lot of good things going for it, and people were like, oh, all right then. there we go. That's what happened. Okay. So no, he was doing all that shit, and then the show comes out, it's popular, people like it, and he goes, "Oh, I was telling everyone it's a good show." Yeah.
Yeah, he did it with but I hate watch some of those guys, I'll admit it. Them and the Quartering. And Ryan is like nerdrotic. They shit on everything, but Ryan did, before this movie drops, said it's a Nolan movie, it's gonna make a lot of money. He's like, I didn't expect it to make this much money, you know. And now, meanwhile, the Quartering, who is beefing with those guys because of all his bullshit he went through, is like, no, this thing's real, and this is the biggest Hollywood scandal ever. And I'm like, bro, no, it's not. You have no idea what's going on in Hollywood. This is not the biggest scandal, bro. But I think that with it making the money, I think Elon's pissed. But I don't keep track of this fucking weirdo. I didn't even know that he had all those kids he's got floating around. So does he say stuff and not do it?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Okay, then this is probably bullshit, bro.
Well, this is him saying he wanted to offer, like someone had said, like, oh, fucking, like, you should
Mel
give
Gibson.
give $100 million to Gibson, and he's like, I'm game or whatever, you know. And obviously Mel is currently in post production on fucking
Passion, I think.
The second Passion.
Yeah,
second, third. Well, really, it's the Passion. What was it? It's the Passion. It's the Passion sequel in the second movie and whatever.
I don't yawn. Are you tired,
dude? It's like so fucking hot. It wipes my.
It does. It drags your energy level down.
I have my youngest has a doctor appointment in the morning, and so and then work is calling me in early for a meeting. And like nothing wrong. I have to go in because I'm now like training people, so that we're gonna go over like what's expected. Because like here, check this out. Like the guy that I trained, like we kind of threw him into the deep end because we had no other option. Like we just needed drivers, and they're like, well, you can drive a van, you can kind of operate the fucking tablet, you're fine. You know, and he'd passed all of the certifications and shit. So he was fine, legally fine to drive. And he blew a tire on Saturday night. And so Saturday night, they call me and they're like, hey, we need you to take his passenger like an hour plus north.
Oh, and yeah, you told me about that. You showed me the wreck and shit. I'm like, wow, your day's sucking, bro.
Fucking bad. And so then, you know, and then I had to go get him, and the tire was fucked up, the rim was fucked up, it was all fucked up.
And there's a huge wreck in front of you that you probably had to wait a while for.
No, there wasn't a wreck that I had to wait for. It was a man with a gun on a bridge.
That's even better.
That was blocking southbound traffic, and the only way that I could get around it was by basically like diverting myself by about an hour and a half. Was the only way to get around it. Just given the geography where. So anyway, it was crazy. So no, I go get this guy, and you know, I show up at like 5 o'clock in the fucking morning, and he's passed out in the van, which I get. He's been there since like 9 p.m. the night before, and he said he was trying to get the tire off, but he kept like the tire. You know, those tires, you know, they're put on, the lug nuts are put on mechanically. You know, it takes some force to break those. And usually it takes about two of us, two drivers, to show up and fucking pull on that thing to crack it. You know, and once you crack one, the others are pretty easy. But it's like just that first one, because of how tight the bolts are.
Well, they probably use air ratchets, bro. You know.
Well, yeah, absolutely. And so he was trying to do that on his own, and it wasn't working. So then he would just like fall asleep, and then from there, he was like not answering anyone's messages because he was asleep. So even when I got him, when I went to go get him, I'm just like, hey man, like fucking, I'm like, let's just, you know, get your shit. Let's get the hell out of here. He's like, can you call my cell phone? Cause I don't know where it's at. And I'm like, you've been here for 9 hours. You're not in a big van. What the fuck? So we found it, and it, like the ringer was off, and it was like tucked away, not in the space that it shouldn't be. I guess I understand why he had it there, but it was just, I was like, fucking goddamn it. So it's like, I have to go in, and I think, you know, I don't know what's going to go on with him. I'm just like ticked off about it a little bit, because I'm like, you know, I mean, cause for one, like we didn't get enough time to finish training, and I get that. So I'm a little bit perturbed that we didn't get the chance to finish that, but that's like no one's fault. We were just super busy. And then it's like, but this guy just falling asleep constantly, you know, and then I get paranoid because I'm thinking like, is this going to reflect badly on me? you know, and I cannot lose my job. So I'm paranoid. I think it's going to be fine because it was his fuck up, not mine, but I'm just, you know.
They sent you there, bro. And you did what you're told.
Yeah, Matt's going to fire him. No.
I don't think you can lose your job over that. I know that, I think, you know, the Jesus Freak movies are going to make a ton of money, right? You guys know that, right?
What, the AI Jesus Freak movies?
Are they AI?
Well, I'll say this.
Is Mel using AI?
No, not that I know of. Those movies are going to be fucking crazy. Essentially, they're going to be crazy. But I don't know what we're going to get out of those films, because apparently Jesus goes to hell in like these movies, or he goes to, like,
these are all these. Yeah, I don't know what the storyline is, but that's actually in the Bible.
So it's like, yeah, it's not going to be like he hung out in a fucking in a
cave for 3 days. They're going to show the battle. Probably going to show what led up to it this time, because the Passion just started out with them beating the shit out of him. Like, it's like, we need to get this Jesus guy out of here. The Pharisees and the Romans like, are you sure? And the Jews pushed the issue and was like, yeah, we want this motherfucker gone. And the Romans just did it. They beat the shit out of him, brought him up to the hill, and that was the whole movie. Brought him up to the hill and put him on a cross.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, this time they'll probably show what led up to it. The disciples. I don't know what Mel's going to do. I just know that the nation is still predominantly Christian, and they will go see that stuff, man. If they'll go see a movie like
well, that's one of the reasons why I feel like the Odyssey is having crossover, even though the chuds are fucking hating on it. The movie is very biblically coded, despite the fact that it's meant to be, you know, about Greeks and whatever. It's very biblically coded. It, you know, because Christopher Nolan is a conservative, you know, and not, he's, you know, he's conservative in his beliefs, but I would argue he's also probably relatively, he has faith.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean, there are people that are religious. I remember a big chunk of it, and I forgot a lot of it. I need to watch it again. But I enjoyed it, man. You know, like, I don't know what, man, the fucking shit they're bitching about, they're just using that as a stepping stool to go after, which is weird because I can't picture going after a guy like Nolan, but it's like these motherfuckers freak out if they see anything that goes against their, like, you know, you'll get mad at somebody else for trying to push their shit on somebody. Yeah. But if somebody else changes up something and tries to push, you know, and just leaves it out there openly for anyone to watch, they're not even trying to push it on you. You'll try to push your shit on somebody. Like,
in this case, these guys, like, the, you know, the whole
3 minutes of their time, maybe.
Well,
maybe
Elliot,
3 minutes of screen time, maybe
like 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Elliot,
nothing.
But
nothing.
Elliot Page's character is quite quintessential to the plot.
One of the best parts of the movie, bro, in my opinion.
Yeah, but also a very bad actor to put in that part. They should have gone and gotten somebody who is
bigger.
Actually,
Brad Pitt. No. They should have got Brad Pitt.
How old was Sinan in the movie?
I don't remember. Hundreds of years old.
Like 18.
Oh no. I'm thinking of that
Elliot
thing that was in Hades. Yeah, I'm thinking of that thing that was in Hades. Because they actually go to Hades and then
the Terestus.
Yeah, one of them was like hundreds of years. I don't know how old Sinan was, and it's weird that Sinan looked exactly like Achilles.
Like who?
Achilles.
No, they didn't. What are you talking about?
Elliot Page was supposed to play Achilles.
Dude, no, the fuck he wasn't.
That was never supposed to be Achilles?
No, dude. Did you watch it high? Sinan is a character that, I mean, like, look, the Robert Pattinson character, that was a whole thing with the end of that movie, right? Like, the whole thing. I don't want to.
Did you watch it high? And I didn't answer because
you were high, because like you're missing the entire plots of the fucking movie. No, okay, so like Sinan is one of the kids that ends up getting called to war. You know, the Trojan War is there with Odysseus for the 10 years.
10 years, yeah.
Okay, and then the opening of the horse starts up with Sinan
getting killed because Achilles has already been killed. Yeah.
Okay, but no, because it was never Achilles. Yes, but Achilles was already dead at that point in time. Yes.
The Brad Pitt Achilles is dead, guys.
No. Sorry. Achilles wasn't dead at that point. In the beginning of the movie, Achilles would not have been dead. Achilles would have died like
10 years ago. Yeah, whenever. No,
So,
no,
like-
he would have died when the wall came. No, he would have died after the.
They were inside, but they were inside the
Yeah,
fucking.
he would have died after the horse. The horse went in, and they put it by the temple. You're right. So Achilles is still alive too. Shit.
Yeah, so not Achilles. That's what we're trying to establish here. Not Achilles. Okay, so the idea here is that Sinon's character, that's one of the emotional through lines that Odysseus deals with in the movie. And when they do the Hades thing, there's more that's revealed in that time period. I don't want to spoil.
Yeah, I don't want to drop no spoilers either.
But
There's a lot of spoilers you could drop.
It's not even really like, it's just kind of changing who says what to whom, but also changing what is said. But the overall idea is there. All right. And so that's where Sinon plays like that through line character. So the 5 minutes that he's in the movie, right, are there. But half the time, Elliot Page is not saying a single word, barely speaking until the Hades scene. And the acting is terrible because Sinon is meant to be like maybe 18 to 20, played by a 39-year-old person.
Yeah.
Right. So, and I'm watching the movie, go back and watch it again, right? Find a copy of it, whatever, go watch it again. And in the opening of the movie, when you see the Trojan horse and shit, and they're fucking like, you see Sinon on the beach and like Sinon's running, you're like, why are they running so fucking weird? And then like it, because you know that it's Elliot Page, and Elliot Page is not no spring fucking chicken. All right. So it's like, but Sinon is meant to be like an 18-year-old, a fucking teenager, young man.
Yeah, I wonder why they didn't just have an 18-year-old. Like,
I don't fucking know. But that was the whole point with that. The whole a couple tenors here.
Did you guys know that Kaylee Huddle died? Did you guys know that?
I did. Yeah.
Yeah. I just wanted to put that out there. She was. I really liked her relationship with King Kong, man. And it's so sad she died at that age in a car wreck. That's
18 in a car wreck. Yeah,
that's so fucked up, man.
Terrible. I know, because it made me think like, ooh, man, my daughters are like.
It always does. I got a daughter that drives the freeways here in Missouri, Maddie, the dangerous ones. You know, I'm talking 92, 71, the ones where all the wrecks always happen, and it scares the shit out of me, man. But that kind of hits home when you're a dad. Things just hit different when you're a pop. You know, when you're a papa, things hit different. And seeing it, I was like, wow, her dad must be losing shit. Then her dad came out and addressed. He had to go claim her body. The rest of the family couldn't do it. Maybe she was adopted. I'll have to look more into it because he's a white guy, you know. And then there was a Polynesian guy and a black guy, and then I don't even know what race Kaylee Huddle was, honestly. But the dad was the dad. Doesn't matter. He's the father, and he had to go claim the body. And he told everybody what was going on and what happened, but he did it in sign language, and he was just crying to the whole thing. That shit gutted me, bro. Like, oh my god, you guys will never know. If you know, I never know. I hope you never know. I hope you never find out what it's like to be a father who, loses a child, especially that young. I didn't mean to sidetrack. I just was trying to talk about it. You kept saying you need an 18-year-old Sinon, and it made me keep thinking of her.
No, I get that. Yeah, I get that. It's unfortunate. Yeah, tragic accident. You obviously are not.
What's crazy is the connective tissue. I don't want to be the conspiracy theorist here, okay? But we could probably build
what connective tissue? She died in a car accident.
She died in a car accident this week, okay? Her and Sam Neill are both going to be posthumous, whatever the fuck they call it, in their last movie together. Sam Neill's last movie is going to be Supernova, King Kong Godzilla Supernova. That's also her last movie that she'll ever appear in. We could build a machete order like they did with Star Wars for the Jurassic Park movies and the King Kong Godzilla movies now. Like they died within the same week of each other, and they're both going to be in the same movie together as their last movie. They're posthumous. How do you say that? Posthumous? Whatever.
Posthumous.
Posthumous. Yeah, they're going to be together in that movie.
Huh?
You don't find that like, wow, that is sad. They both died in the same.
I mean, it's definitely sad, but it's like it's tragic. But I'm not going to sit there and be like,
I'm not going to say it happened. No, I'm not going to either. But I'm saying
because it kind of sounds like
there are people who will
trying to kill off the cast of fucking Supernova.
No, but like you know how you get the documentaries like The Exorcist was a cursed movie, The Crow was a cursed movie. Like people are going to do that with this one now. But this one, people are also gonna go, yo, we can't deny it. It's messed up. I mean, I don't think it's a conspiracy, but it's definitely messed up that like Sam Neill and Kaylee Hodel they both died this week, within a week of each other, and they're both gonna be in their last movie together. And one was like 137 years old, and one was 18. And then I'm gonna miss the doctor too. I grew up with Sam Neill, bro.
He was 70.
Yeah, okay, but I'm just saying that's half of what I said. And I grew up with him, not just Jurassic Park and The Mouth of Madness, all that. A lot of B movies he was in before he hit big. He hit,
like Possession and shit.
Yeah, he's been around for a long time, man. And I think it's weird that he's that old when he dies and she's so young when she dies, and their last movie together is, I don't think there's anything behind it. That's why I said I don't want to sound like a conspiracy guy.
Well, then, yeah, but when you start the framing by saying I don't want to be a conspiracy guy, but
well, yeah,
do you find it weird that
yeah,
are going to be the same movies and they
I probably could have worded that better, but
I mean, I don't know about you. I don't want to sound like I fucking wear tinfoil. I had nothing like that. But to me, that's a little bit kind of weird. How is it weird? One was cancer. One was.
I'm not going to park my RV.
Some motherfucking Illuminati of Hollywood.
I'm not going to park my RV in the fucking Yellowstone National Park.
Where's fucking Harvey Weinstein? Do we know where he's at? Did he have anything to do with her? Was he around here? Was he talking about her at all? Was he sitting there in his jail cell going like, you know what? I really like that Godzilla kid from fucking that Kong kid from Godzilla v Kong and shit.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna go there. That's crazy.
Like it kind of sounds.
I just think it's fucked up. That's a messed up.
It is very fucked up. Yeah, it's very fucked up. It's very sad.
And they were both really liked. And she probably would have came into her own, man. And she was really deaf for real. So, and I think there was talk about they might, they were waiting for. Nope, not doing that one. Never mind.
I mean, wait, hold on. She was really deaf?
Yeah, she was deaf in real life. Like, what's her name? And they were thinking about doing a reboot, a remake of Children of a Lesser God and using her, but they had to wait for her to come of age. But she was such a good actress at such a young age. They were like, and she's really deaf, just like Marley Madsen was deaf in that. She's really deaf, and she won an Oscar, So they were talking about doing remaking Children of a Lesser God, which is a great movie. It's a phenomenal movie. At William Hurt, which Hurt died, whatever. Stryker. I want to say John Hurt, William Hurt. Which Hurt?
William Hurt.
Okay, William.
Well, John Hurt's already dead, but William Hurt.
Yeah,
he's dead.
So
too.
like I don't know. It's sad, because I think she could have pulled off that role, and I think that could have maybe been her Oscar, because there was a time when I looked at Zendaya and I couldn't see anything but that fucking Disney show my kid would watch over and over, and I'm like, I don't want to watch this anymore, but the kids, when you get kids at a certain age, man, when they're little like that, little like yours, and they want to watch Disney, you better let them. That's why we got all our kids their own TVs, their own gaming shit. Because I'm a selfish bastard. I want my time with that shit too. So here's your own shit. I can't remember was it Dance Nation or some shit like that, guys? Where did Zendaya come from? Her and the redhead.
I have no idea.
They went two way different directions, man. One went to like the babysitter, the first babysitter movie or whatever, the redhead, and then she went to OnlyFans and made $1 billion or some shit.
Bella Thorne?
Yeah, Bella Thorne. It was Bella Thorne and Zendaya together in some Disney show that my kid would not stop watching, and that's where Zendaya came from. So every time I saw her, or Selena Gomez, or like any of them, I would just see kids, and then I couldn't enjoy the movie because I would get a level of discomfort because my brain is still viewing them as children, but they're not. They're grown women now. I guess people went through that with the redhead. I'm not high. I just always forget her name. The Herbie and Love Bug Mean Girls chick. And
Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah, Lindsay Lohan, and I can't even remember the blonde's name. I can't remember the show or the blonde, but I remember my kids watching her a lot too. And like Sam and Cat, when that happened to she did a country album. Meanwhile, what is her name?
What you talking about? I got no idea what you're talking about.
There was Sam and Cat that was made after iCarly.
I don't know shows, man.
I know. I'm thinking your kids are like, okay.
Anyway,
all these females that are in Hollywood right now, my point is, Maddie, that all these females that are in Hollywood right now, my kids grew up with on Disney and Nickelodeon.
No, I get that part. I understand.
Yeah, and now I see like Zendaya act, and she's fucking really good, man. Like she's fucking good. And I don't see her as a child anymore. I just see her as a young lady. But there was a time I couldn't watch movies, and you know, it wasn't until like the first Dune I was like, oh, okay, she's kind of Jeanette McCurdy. Thank you, Tony. And Amanda, is her name Amanda? I can't remember her name, but iCarly's real name. But so it might be Samantha
Miranda
something.
Cosgrove?
Miranda, yeah, Miranda Cosgrove, and like all that is now in Hollywood now, and some of the point I was making is I think
your point is fucking everywhere, man.
No. I'm getting to it now. I will sew this up. Okay.
Land the plane. Yes, plane.
I got this. I think that Haley Hottle could have been the next Zendaya. Is what I was getting at. She could have become a serious actress in the deaf community. That's what I was trying to get at. I have trouble with names now, guys. The meds they had me on are fucked up, but I didn't even take that many tonight. I just took my gabapentin. Maddie, did they got you on gabapentin?
No.
Huh. It's a diabetic medication.
Yeah, no, I'm on metformin and glimmer. I don't even know if there's another one I'm on.
Metformin's a motherfucker when you first start taking it because you poop a lot.
Yeah, now I don't know. Fucking
now you're okay because your body's used to it, you know.
My body's like poop.
So sometimes the gabapentin does make you a little hazy, but just in your memory. You know? But I'm not like all fucked up or anything.
Yeah, only
certain parts of your memory, man. You try to go, maybe I'm getting Alzheimer's. I don't know. I can't even remember I didn't know their names in the first place. Sam and Cat. Like I knew Jeanette McCurdy's name, but I was forgetting now. But the one that like blew up and became like a Grammy Award winning fucking, she's in the Wicked movies and everything. I always forget her name. Always.
Selena Gomez?
No, the other one. See, you can't remember her either.
Hilary Duff?
No, Hillary was a private, whatever the fuck. She's the other Disney girl I was talking about. Sam and Cat, the redhead that blew the fuck up. She's huge now. Grammy. She's in Wicked and Wicked for Good. She plays Glenda, the Good Witch.
Ariana Grande.
Ariana Grande. See, that's not an easy name to remember, guys.
Yeah, it is. Ariana, and then
you fucking forgot it too. What are you talking about?
No, I had to think about it. You're like, I've never seen Sam and Cat.
But you've seen
Wicked. You're asking me to be like, hey man, have you ever watched fucking
Godfather? No, I get it.
No.
Like, yeah.
Well, who was in The Godfather? Fucking here's some names. Yeah, but is that
look at all the people typing Ariana Grande?
Yeah, it's like you're fucking like land the plane. Like, yeah, she's in a fucking she's done some things.
I always come in here and disrupt shit. I don't mean to. I'm just
Jesus.
You know, I'm on a lot of meds, guys. They're taking me away a piece at a time. Y'all are gonna lose me someday. Like for real. They're taking me away 1 pound of flesh at a time. Like, you know, I got another one I gotta go have. I got bit again, and it's on my arm, and it's probably the size of a golf ball now. You know, I have to go to the hospital tomorrow and get another surgery. Let them take another chunk out of me. Like,
what do you get? Like, what's
it's it's an abscess from a spider bite. And they're telling me it can't be a nest of brown recluses. Brown recluses won't go near other spiders. That's why they're called brown recluses. So you literally got the doctor on the phone to me. You literally got bit by the same fucking spider that you've been trying to kill for over a month now. And I'm like, and I put 2 and 2 together, Maddie. I put 2 and 2 together. You guys aren't gonna believe this. I sleep with my arm under my pillow and my head on the pillow. A lot of people sleep like that. Okay. And I got bit on the arm that always goes under my pillow. So I started looking all over my pillow, looking at the cracks of it. I'm like, no fucking way, this thing's in the bed with me. And I motherfucking straight went arachnophobia and pulled the pillowcase off, and that little bastard fell right out of my fucking pillowcase, bro.
Was he alive or dead?
He was alive. He'd been in my pillowcase the whole fucking time. The whole fucking time, bro. And all I could think about was arachnophobia when, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's all I could think about was these little motherfuckers are smart. They are evil. They are waiting for you to go to sleep so they can fucking try to kill you. And anyway, when diabetes, you know this, Maddie, if we get an abscess, it can turn into MRSA because our pancreas doesn't handle the sugars right, the glucose in our body right. And if your glucose isn't handled right, any kind of infection can turn into MRSA or staph, even worse than staph. You'll get MRSA. That's all MRSA is, guys. MRSA is just a really bad fucking staph infection. And that's what's been happening to me from these bites. So I have another abscess on my arm. It's about the size of a golf ball. It's sore as fuck. And I have to go in tomorrow and see if they'll drain it. And I know what they're going to do, Maddie. They're going to, you know, they're going to want to.
You're going to tap that fish like a cave.
Yeah, they're going to they want to go in that motherfucker, bro. They want to cut it out. The whole thing.
They're going to, yeah. Well, that's now you know. Okay, so now you killed the little bastard.
Oh, he's dead. Dead as fuck.
Right. So,
he's
in
100 different fucking pieces. I smashed him. I was scared I was going to get bit again, but I just punched down on the fucking. I was so mad he was in my pillow. I just punched down on the mattress. And it squished him a little bit, and then I picked him up with a piece of paper. And I wish I wouldn't have, because it was something that's kind of old that I think is cool. Back in the day, HBO would mail you these little things that would tell you what's coming on, the guide that would tell you what's coming on, what day. Yep. And I had a few of those, and I smashed that spider on one. All over F. Jerry, all over F. God, I smashed it all over Gandhi's face. F. Murray Abraham. I literally smashed it, or not F. Murray Abraham. The other one,
Ben Kingsley.
Sir Ben Kingsley. I smashed it all over. I always get those two mixed up too. I smashed it all over his face, and I feel bad because now Gandhi has spider guts on him. But yeah, guys. So if you love me, you better start letting me know and quit picking on me for taking my meds that they had me on, because you guys are losing me 1 pound of flesh at a time. Maddie, my foot, my back, my forearm, now my upper arm.
How about this? Just start checking your fucking pillow before you go to bed.
Yeah, no, I guess I have to. I didn't know I was living in fucking. I didn't know I was living in the Outback, mate. I didn't know I was in fucking Australia where everything's trying to kill me.
It doesn't sound like that's not.
I can't do accents, all right? I got one fucking accent. It's fucking. It's Italian, Brooklyn, Chicago, Midwest bullshit. But over here, I'm just saying, like. I didn't know I had to do that. Should I take my shoes too? Should I? But no, I'm realizing more and more.
During this time of year, you might want to.
No, I'm just learning, Maddie, that
you might want to come out.
I didn't take this disease seriously enough when it started. I was still drinking the sugary monsters, and I didn't take it serious. And even though I watched it kill my baby brother, you know, that is what killed him. He fought cancer for 18 years and died from fluid around his heart caused by what? A diabetic infection. So even then I didn't take it serious. And now after the surgeries and having to wear that wound vac that sucks all the fucking shit out of my foot. You saw it. I shouldn't have sent the pictures without consent. I'm sorry about that, guys. But you saw it. Look like somebody put a pickaxe in my fucking foot. And then my arm looked like that. And then in my back, I'm starting that I got to take this shit seriously. Whereas you're a guy, like, probably as soon as they said it, you were like, quitting sugar is going to be hard, but I got to take this shit serious.
I could be better about,
I'm a fucking idiot. I've been getting yelled at you guys for how long? For the Sunny D's? Like, that made me quit. Like, now I drink the sugar-free water, and, every once in a while I will cheat though. I'm not going to lie. Every once in a while I can't help it.
You can cheat, you can have, some stuff, right? Like, it's not like you can never have anything. The idea there is moderation for one, and make sure you're just kind of, doing it that way. But anyway, all right. So
I'm sorry, guys. I'm getting sidetracked.
I have like a fuckload of super chats to get to.
Yeah, get to them. I'm gonna shut up and go get something different to drink.
Yeah, you better not be no sugar shit.
It's a Coke Zero, guys. It's got Darth Vader on it, I swear.
It's a Coke Zero. All right, thank you, Chris. All right, Soka here for 5. Thank you. Says, I hope the MCU doesn't get rid of the multiverse. I've always been a fan of the multiverse in the comics. I think in the comics it makes sense. In movies, it doesn't make any sense, and that's the thing we have to kind of remember about a lot of this stuff. Is that in movies, you know, it's a different medium entirely. You know, you can't sit there and like have it be something that's going to require a lot of homework, a lot of reading, a lot of understanding, and trying to explain people what the multiverse was. In Endgame worked well because they're like, it's a time heist. We have to go back into our multiverse and steal things from places and things that you already know about. So this is like bringing in the variants and shit. It's been confusing. DC tried it, failed. Marvel tried it, failed. You know, so I think in that front, it's fine to get rid of. Also, Ahsoka says, thank you. There should be a spicy parody of the Odyssey. I would totally goon to it. Whoops, I meant to say watch it. Well, it's funny you mentioned that because this particular clip right here that I had up on the screen, it's not like super spicy, but this is like some guy named Heavy Pulp is doing the Odyssey in Grok Imagine. And like there's a bit of a reference to that. I just kind of wanted to touch upon this. Well, you know, I'll get to that here in a few. But this has got
I must go.
him talking with Calypso, and Calypso basically like, I love you, dog. You know, but like just look at that real quick. Look how clean that looks. It's definitely AI, but it looks like it could be shot from like the 1960s. You know, but we'll come back to this one there. All right. So also Ahsoka for tenor. Thank you. It's not a diss towards DC, but the reason why I'm not as into them as I am with Marvel Comics MCU is I always felt that it was Christian coded. I'm an atheist that comes from a Hindu family. Well, okay, so I mean, I kind of get what you're saying there. It's like there's the gods and monsters aspect of DC. Gods largely religion based. I mean, I can see the biblical coding with Superman. There's a lot of the Jesus iconography that comes from that. A lot of people like Mo are going to deny it, like Jesus never anywhere. Nah, there's a fair amount of it and shit. But Marvel also has been more grounded, and I think that speaks to a lot of people who are more, I want to say, left brain rather than right brain. And so I feel like that's a lot of what it is. I've always been more drawn to Marvel than I have been to DC, but the reason why I like Batman is grounded. You know, Batman is the most Marvel thing that DC has, if that makes any sense. Thank you for that. Also, Ahsoka for 10 says, Daredevil is one of my favorite heroes, and he's super religious. I don't mind religious stuff as long as it's not jammed in my throat. His religious stuff is written well. His religious stuff is more of a cautionary tale of don't give in to the dark side. His, like, we don't see Matt, like, going to church, you know, taking communion, you know, like reciting the good book to pass the people on the street. You know, there's no one that goes to his lawyer, you know, his legal firm is like, I can't afford to pay my rent, but I need help. And he's like, that's fine. I will help you provided you allow me to, you know, to read from you from the book of Deuteronomy or some shit like that. Like, he doesn't do that. So his religion is part of who he is. It's a part of his character, but it's a part of his character that's meant to be more about constraint rather than affirmation, if that makes any sense. But thank you for that. That catches us up. Anyway, I wanted to show you, this is what Elon Musk wants to invest money into. I think is because this is the Odyssey bit that this other guy made with AI. And this is what's got like 10 million views on Twitter.
I must go.
The sea will take you from me.
I will return. I left my one love. An oath called me. Troy.
Daredevil goes to church.
We killed everything.
well, that's my favorite comment of the night.
9 days adrift.
Oh shit!
Now,
look at the water physics over his head.
Stranded.
Yeah, no, it looks good.
With something eternal.
But I haven't got that eye you guys have. I don't have that, not yet, because I don't know much about AI. So I don't know what to look for. I mean, if a bitch has 6 fingers and I know what's up.
And still I dream of home.
This has a 10 Commandments vibe to it. This has a Charlton Heston, you know, Spartacus. Look at that.
I could see someone doing the Odyssey on here with like Charlton Heston.
Right.
7 years I have kept you here. Weep no more, I am letting you go. Build your raft. Be free.
You
Won't
mean
lie,
so well.
Charlize killed it in the movie too. They all
Take my
kind of killed it, right,
passage.
Manny?
Yeah, they
Swear
did.
it.
Why does this guy look like Dave
What a
Portnoy
schemer
though?
you are.
He doesn't look like Dave Portnoy to me. You know who he looks like?
Who?
I don't
Sticks
have any
itself.
spit to put in my goggles to go down and find this shark.
Then at first light, I cut the timber.
Or stay. Keep this house. Be ageless. Forever. Is she worth all this grief? Your Penelope. I am not less than her.
And still,
You hear the breathing?
every day, all I want is home. My wife. My own halls.
I think he looks like Dreyfus, but that's just me.
I know you can understand that. At least I think you can.
Please just come out of the sun. One more night under my roof.
Okay.
She's like, I know you want to go home to your wife, but like one more night. Can we just do one more night? But like, look at the perspective shift there. I mean, like, so this guy, they're selling it hard, right? They're selling it hard with this stuff. Where's that tweet that I had? There we go. So this guy, Heavy Pulp, also starts talking about directing the character's emotions. All 4 of these videos are from the same scene. The only thing that changes is the performance. Like, here's like the first one.
And still, every day, all I want is home.
Oh yeah. I see what they did. Yeah.
And still, every day,
They went from anger. They went from sincerity and kindness to
Robin Williams.
yeah, aloofness to like aloofness and comedy and carefree
still,
to anger.
every day, all I want is home.
Okay, that scares me a little bit that AI understands emotion. I'm not gonna lie, Matt. That's kind of scary when you think about it. The fact that AI understands emotion.
Still, every day, all I want is home.
You don't think that's scary, motherfucker?
It's interesting, right? And then he says, here's how to prompt for it, right? Like you got to like, you know, use his shit and everything else, right? How to keep actor across consistent and everything. So, you know, like it's so fascinating to see the workflow for this kind of stuff. But this is what they want to spend like $100 million on.
100 million, like you titled it perfect. Like, what are we do? What is going on? What the fuck are we doing here?
Yeah, and I like
what is happening?
Like, and I like all of this stuff, right? Like I do. I like all of this stuff. But for me, you know, I'm like, what the fuck are we doing here? It's like, you know, you just want to like for one, like giving Mel Gibson $100 million to do the Odyssey. Would Mel Gibson even say, yeah? I mean, the dude is older, you know, and like it takes a long time to film a movie. So, you know, because fourth year is asking like,
oh, you have to guide it, Maddie. See, I didn't know that. I thought that you just punch in anger and AI goes, okay,
no,
this guy's angry.
No.
I didn't know that.
There are some people who will take they'll act it out audio wise and they'll put the audio.
Okay, that's okay. That's not as scary. Yeah, I thought you just typed in the word of an emotion like you would type in a search on Google and boom, it's there. You know what I mean? And it just makes the actors do it. Okay, it's not as scary then. Thank you, Spherical. I'll sleep a little bit better tonight. Knowing the T800s ain't coming right away. We're not in the Matrix just yet.
Give it a year. Give it a year. No. In this case,
no, right? Give it a year.
Give it a year. No, I mean, there's a lot of navigation that goes into this shit, right? There's a lot of precision that goes into the AI stuff as well. And I know Fourth says here, would I pay to watch an AI movie in theaters, despite all AI films falling from the skies all over YouTube? It depends on the movie. Like that pomegranate one, if they were to take that pomegranate one, because it looks great in 4K, and they were to take it and they were going to take it to a post-production house to do an audio post-production, right? And then they they increase the they really work on the score, they work on the sound effects, right? They make it sound good. the
Yeah.
soundscape is good, they invest the time and money into doing that, then yes, that's something I would very much go and do.
And I would market it the way that I would market it this way, like the way that District 9 guy did. I'll drop a little 10-minute. They do it in theaters. I saw The Dark Knight at the beginning of some movie, and then I didn't even stay and watch it. Just like Jeremy Johns, I didn't even stay to watch the movie. I just wanted to see The Dark Knight.
Really? Because the movie, oh, The Dark Knight Rises. Oh, that was which one was that one? Because The Dark Knight had a promo in front of I Am Legend.
It was I Am Legend. Yeah. No, we stayed for that one, and we knew the lion was coming, and we still jumped. Me and cousin Ricky, we still jumped, and we'd seen the trailer. We knew the lion was going to jump on that deer, and we still almost came out of our fucking skins, just like the other night. Jaws.
The Dark Knight Rises prologue was attached to the screenings of apparently Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol.
No, I would have stayed for that one too. That might be my second favorite one.
I don't quite know. So hey, give me a minute. I got to go use the bathroom. We're at the 2-hour mark into this stuff, and I got to go potty. So
the final 3 are my favorites, by the way, guys. Like the final, my favorite of all is Mission 5. When they're on the motorcycles and they first meet, what's her face? I don't know what her name was in the movie, but she got killed off. That kind of sucked. But she was a sniper. She was like using like a flute to be a sniper rifle. It was dope as shit. Rebecca, I think it's Rebecca. I think her name. No. Rebecca Ferguson is from Fantastic Four. I don't know the girl's name from the Mission Impossible movies, but I like her a lot. And they killed her off in the first half of, oh shit, spoilers for people who haven't seen Mission 7 or 8. They met her in 5. She became part of the crew, and they killed her off in 7. But some people maybe haven't seen those yet. They're saving them. So, but Mission 5 is my favorite, like by far. Ghost Protocol's dope. You got that great Dubai scene. It's a good fucking. They're all good. The only one I don't like is the John Woo one. It's filled with too many wooisms. The only thing that movie didn't fucking have, it didn't really have a motorcycle fight. A fucking motorcycle. Shut the fuck up. A motorcycle fight? How about you just stop the motorcycles and fight? No, you want to fight on the motorcycles. The only thing that movie was missing was a bunch of white doves flying around everywhere. That shit was filled with wooisms, man. It was horrible. The only thing good was the soundtrack. And even now I don't hate it. I'll power through it like I power through, episode 1. I'll power through it to get to the ones that I care about. The first one's dated but good. The second one's filled with too much John Woo. The third one is great because it's got probably my favorite villain of all ever. Philip Seymour Hoffman. He makes oh my God, he's like the greatest fucking villain. 4 is Ghost Protocol. I think 4 is Ghost Protocol. 5 is I can't even remember. 5 is my favorite, and I can't even remember what it's called. I just call it Mission 5, but it's got that great scene on the motorcycles, and that's the one where they meet. I keep wanting to call her Rebecca Ferguson, but it's not her name. I might Google that one because she's not to me, she's not a household name, man. And the movie had white doves for it, did it? But like my favorite were the tail end ones, The crazier they get, the more I love them. That's how I am with Fast movies. Even though I think Fast 9 was not good. That schlocky shit that goes all the way up to Vanessa Kirby. Thank you for it. That's her name. No, wait, that's not. No, Vanessa Kirby's the girl from. Yeah, I'm getting them backwards, ain't I? No, Vanessa Kirby. It is Rebecca Ferguson. I was fucking right the first time. See how my brain. See, you guys might be right. This shit's eating my brain up. Vanessa Kirby was in Fantastic Four, and I keep thinking it's Rebecca Ferguson. No, yeah. So now I got it right. Rebecca Ferguson is the one from Mission Impossible movies. Dude, I gotta stop streaming when I'm fucked up. And I'm not really high, man. I took a small gummy just to relax myself, It's the gabapentin and that really fucks up my head. It makes me real floaty because it dulls all your nerve ends. It's supposed to be an antidepressant that works also as anti-anxiety because I don't want to be on Xanax or Klonopin or anything. I don't, I have an addictive personality. You guys know at one time in my life I was a junkie, and I was the worst kind of junkie, and I don't want to go back to that. And every time I pop a Percocet because they have to do surgery on me, or they come in and give me a shot of morphine when they're doing the surgery, it feels like a relapse every time, guys. Like every time it happens, I feel guilty. And they're like, Chris, you just have to keep it under control. You're not a fucking robot. You can't get a fucking surgery and then expect to just, we're going to cut huge pieces out of your body. There's going to be exposed nerve ends, and you want to try to kill that with a Tylenol? You can't. It's so weird, but the doctors I got are cool. They'll send me home with just enough, and then they'll cut me the fuck off. They're not trying to keep pushing a different pill on me all the time, like the other guys were. There's a movie with Jake Gyllenhaal and Anne Hathaway, and it's a romantic comedy, and I don't care. I love it. It's called Love and Other Drugs. And it shows what it basically was like to be a pharmaceutical rep when Viagra came out, but it also taps into all the dirty shit that pharmacists and doctors will do, to push a new product on you. They get paid to say, no, here, take Zoloft. Don't take Prozac. Here, take, don't take Percocet, take OxyContin, and why do you guys don't think it's odd that almost every fucking state will let you buy weed now and natural herbs and things like CBD, and Florida will still throw your ass in prison for weed? Why do you think that is? Because the pharmaceutical companies are based out of Florida. That's where Pfizer's. That's where all of them are. That's not a conspiracy. I believe that whole completely. That's fucked up. Love and Other Drugs is what it's called. Fourth, and I loved the session. I've watched it twice, and I've been watching people's reactions to it too. It's fucking funny, man. All
right, I'm back.
That jump scare gets everybody. Oh my god,
the window jump scare.
Yeah, it gets everybody. I've been watching some of the reactions of it, and then I saw somebody react to Jaws last night, and I was like, I could watch Jaws again, And so I just put Jaws on as comfort food. And I remember the part where he's like, guys, come out here and chump some of this shit. And the shark comes out of the water. And when I was a kid, I went over the seat, and I jumped into my dad's lap. Fuck all that running out and around and opening the door to the car. No, I almost broke the speaker that you had to put in your window to drive in because I jumped over the fucking seat. And it was a station wagon. 2 rows of seats, Maddie. Boom, boom. I went over both those motherfuckers to get to my dad, bro. And so I remember that part, but the one I forgot that actually made me jump, and I was like, "Holy shit, I can't stand
the head coming out of the boat.
Fucking head coming out of the boat."
Yep.
And then I was like, "There's no way at this age I just jumped."
You know how I knew that one?
Huh?
Got me too.
Got you too, right. And then I went on YouTube and I saw that there's all sorts of people that jumped my age, our age, that oh my God, there's a whole bunch of people that jump to that head.
Well,
I think the music's what does it, Maddie. That violin string.
Yeah. Well, it's
real loud.
One of the days they had movie theater appreciation day, whatever. They had $3 IMAX tickets. And they were showing Jaws in my local IMAX. So a buddy of mine and I went to go see it, $3. I'm like, fuck yeah, let's go.
If you watch the documentary, Spielberg literally says, I think we can get one more scare in here. And it's the head.
Most likely.
To this day, it's still catching, guys. You and me. You got to go to an IMAX for $3? Was it Jaws?
Yeah, it was Jaws.
Oh, shit. And you jumped on the head part?
It got me on the head part, man.
We forget that one's in there.
I don't know. But I'll tell you this, though. But you know what? That watching it again as an adult made me realize the mayor of the town is not the bad guy.
The shark's the bad guy.
The shark's the bad guy, but people like to put a lot of that on the mayor. Like the mayor is a bad guy. And I'm like,
well, he didn't close the beach. He's an asshole.
Yeah, he's an asshole, but he's a bureaucrat trying to save.
Yeah, he's a bureaucrat, and I get it. I never thought he was the villain. I was just always
but I almost want to have a whole other movie about the politics of Amity during that time period, right?
Because it really happened in Jersey. Yeah, up by Long Island and Jersey and shit. That happened. Those are based on a true story. There was a shitload of target shark.
Well, I think Jaws is based on a true story.
I swear, it's based on some shit that happened in New Jersey in the 30s or 40s. Yeah. Steven Spielberg read about it one time.
All I'm saying is like I thought the mayor was a compelling character.
Yeah, he will. I mean,
was just
a 30-foot shark. No, Maddie, that part's not real. The shark attacks were real.
I'm just saying, it's like, I'm just saying, you got the great white going around the bay, all that shit, right?
There's no great whites that can make it to where we are. There's just
right. It's kind of like Lake Placid, for example, right? Like Lake Placid, where are they at in Lake Placid? How did a fucking crocodile end up there, right? Or an alligator, whatever the fuck, right? It's because
it does happen. Like I've seen sharks in fresh water before in Louisiana,
but
they come up to the Gulf.
Well, yeah, but this was one of those things where it's like the lake is connected to like the water. It's connected to the ocean.
And then here comes this, but it was also southern. Where were they? No, they were not. They were northern, weren't they?
Northern, yeah, they were northern.
They were northern. Where the fuck did the shark come from? That is funny though. But like, yeah, great whites, man. They're primarily like down by Australia. They wouldn't cross the ocean to bother us, bro. They wouldn't. They don't like cold.
Yeah, I'm saying Lake Placid was in New York, right? Let's see. A mysterious creature violently kills a man. Oh, in this one, it's Maine. But the cast is great.
I loved her. She's finally gone.
Betty White.
Yep. And I knew her name. I was gonna actually remember that.
Well, not only that, Oliver Platt, Brendan Gleeson, Bill Pullman,
Meredith. What's her name? Meredith Salinger. Oh God, I loved her in Dream a Little Dream. I know it's a bad movie, guys, but I love it.
No,
everyone's got that movie they hate, that everybody hates. I like Dream a Little Dream.
No one dislikes Dream a Little Dream.
Oh, they don't? See, I thought I grew up in a generation where the new kids, like, they hate weird songs.
I mean, look, maybe things happen. I don't fucking know. All right.
No, I really love Dream a Little Dream. I had Jason Robards in it. The other guy from Alien. I always forget his name. I think he's the first one to die, man. He's a tall guy. He was in
Harry Dean Stanton.
Thank you.
He's
in it. Yeah, he's in it. Jason Robards is in it. Believe it or not, the woman that Jason Robards was married to in the movie has been an actress for a long time. She's done everything from horror to Broadway, and I always found her a hottie, bro. And she's older. Like in that movie, she's got to be 60. Yeah, she's a hottie, bro.
She died actually less than 3 years ago at the age of 91.
That's crazy. So in 1990, I want to say.
Yeah, she was in a movie.
Well, she would have been like 50 then. She would have been like 50. So, and she was hot. I bet I don't know much about her, but I'm betting she was a sex symbol in Hollywood in the early days. I'll bet it.
I don't know.
But you knew who Meredith Salinger was,
because she's married to Patton Oswalt, and she was in that movie, and she was in a couple other things too. But I just mostly know her for being married to Patton Oswalt.
I know her because of Dream a Little Dream and how good she looked. Like
I haven't. It's been a minute since I've seen Dream a Little Dream.
She was the main girl that he was in love with. We always thought, man, what happened to her? She just fell off the radar. She played a cop in fucking the Alligator movie, and then she was in that other movie, and it was more of a cameo. And I'm like, why is she not working? And she really Patton Oswalt's tapping that.
Well, Patton Oswalt's he had a wife, and she was actually a true crime novelist.
I remember that. I actually remember that.
And then that's what her work ended up helping catch the Golden State Killer, and so. That was really fascinating. And then, but Patton, like, look, she passed away. Michelle McNamara, I think her name was, and then he ends up meeting Meredith, and they get together. They've been married now for almost 9 years.
That makes me like her even more, because she'll just give, like, Patton's funny when he does his stand-up, but he's not a dime piece looking guy, and she could get a Henry Cavill or something like that if she wanted, but she falls for like just the regular dudes. That makes me like her even more. Fuck. No shit. Patton Oswalt. Is there anybody here that thinks that man is attractive or could pull any kind of trim if he didn't have a Hollywood or comedian career? Is there anybody who thinks he could get
some dudes are able to just to get it? They got the confidence.
I've always been lucky. I will give you that. I've always been lucky, but I'm not gonna lie and say I never fucked an ugly chick. I have, but most of the time, every girl I've been in a relationship was a hottie. I've been lucky, man. I don't know why. I'm a blessed dude. So they can have if it's a trade-off, pound of flesh every few months till I'm gone, but I could still get dime pieces, what would you do, man? I want to be around for my kids, though. Honestly,
Well, I mean, you could sit there and then like every girl you hook up with, you lose another body part. So like
that could be a movie, bro. That could be a movie that the allegory is for sex addiction. Like, Maddie, do it. Write that story.
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
Write that story. That's a good premise for a fucking story, man.
Every time you hook up with some random girl, you lose a body.
You lose a toe, a finger, and you start with the toes, and then your balance is off, so it's a little harder to get the dime pieces. But for some reason, you're still getting the dime pieces. That's funny, bro. No, I like that. That's a good premise. Like the other night when I told you about the one called Redux. That's what I'm gonna call it. Where the girl was going to every dimension to kill her daughter's killer.
Yeah.
That's a great premise, man. And then every once in a while you get what's happening now, which Fourth seems to seem like he has a problem with. Fourth, I thought you were happy about the YouTube guys getting their name out there. You love Backrooms. Like, you fucking love that movie. That's a YouTuber movie. Maybe I misunderstood what he wrote earlier because just think, I don't want to sound like an asshole, but think of it this way. Chris Stuckman got a huge what?
Fucking jeez, my kid came. What are you doing? I know it's not.
He's gonna fight with his daughters now. Here we go. They're gonna win. Watch.
Okay, well, play the Switch. I'm talking.
Told you.
So just like you can sit there and just turn the volume down or whatever.
It's late. Play all the video games you want. That's what dads do. That we compromise. Okay, look, see me alone. You can have your Nintendo back
because I gotta go to bed here pretty soon myself.
Anyway, they gave Chris Stuck this huge budget, guys, for Shelby Oaks, right? And it came out as mediocre. People. Then you got a guy that made one for $750K. That's blowing the fuck up. It's been like $400 million. Yeah,
but hold on. Okay, hold up. But we have to look at this a little bit different. You're omitting some information. Okay, so when it comes to Shelby Oaks, Chris Stuckman raised like over $1 million, I think, but he was with after all the backer benefits and everything else, like it came down to like being like under 200, like around 225 to 250,000. But he did it independently. Okay.
What was the budget for the whole movie?
I want to say I don't know what they did for the reshoots. Shelby Oaks budget.
Okay, I thought I was wrong. I misread what you put.
Shelby Oaks, had an estimated production budget of roughly $1 million to $1.5 million, while the project raised $1.3 million on Kickstarter. Platform fees and physical rewards resulted in a net production budget hovering around the $1 million mark, later bolstered by additional reshoots and post-production funding. So they got more on that one. So then when you look at, so that was Chris.
Well, that's not too bad. It's a little bit more than what's his name? Got Clive. What are they calling it? What's his name?
Curry Barker.
Curry Barker. He's pretty funny. I went and looked at some of his stuff. Yeah.
So,
and then
according to some of the stuff I see here, Neon doubled his budget to reshoot Shelby Oaks with more gore and violence. So if Neon might have put up $1 million, so this movie is, if that's all true, then what you're looking at here is roughly about
3. Yeah,
it's more money than what they did. And
people considered it mediocre.
It was very mediocre.
Yeah. I've not watched it yet.
The ending is so bad. The ending is laughably bad. Like I'm just gonna spoil it for you. Screw it, because like I honestly, like,
I'm probably never gonna watch it. And I like Chris Stuckman. Don't get me wrong. I'm probably never gonna watch.
The premise was interesting, but it was like the demon stuff was stupid. So, like, sister goes missing, right? And then it's like 11 years later. And the main character, the main girl, she's trying to find her sister. She ends up like going to this rundown insane asylum, where she encounters an incubus.
Oh, okay.
And then so from there she's running. She ends up at a house in the woods, and in the house things are weird. Things are off. And the lady's like, she steals a knife, and she's like, like gonna protect herself, whatever. And she's like trying to distract the lady. So she distracts the lady, and then she's gonna go look around for her sister. Well, she finds this photo album on like the mantle, right? And inside this photo album is more or less photos of like the sister being held against her will for like 11 years, showing that there's been multiple attempts at having kids and the kids have died and they've all been buried out back.
Which is what an incubus would do, by the way.
Well, an incubus, like they're looking for a vessel essentially. But that is the, that is the idea there. Right. So she finds this photo album, which just explains basically everything.
So it's pictured exposition.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's bad or not. I mean, if you're working with a small budget, I can understand.
It doesn't maybe on paper, it kind of like the idea there's like, it kind of works on paper. You're like, all right.
I think if I was a director, I don't know much about that side of Hollywood. I really don't. I don't know about lighting and all that shit, but if I'm putting something out, I want to stick the landing. So all my money's going into the end of the movie first. That's where I'm putting all my money.
Well, I think they tried. It just was not very well done.
How many times has there been an amazing movie and then they don't stick the landing? Nolan, Interstellar. Come on, man. Like, I'm looking at you, Nolan. Yeah. Like Tenet. What was that dog shit? I'm going to keep it real. Did anybody watch that and be like, what the fuck is going on, man? Is that a MacGuffin? What the fuck am I looking at here? Like,
do a Tenet?
Yeah, Tenet was
never
AIDS, bro. Don't
watch it.
But then you go to the Odyssey and you're like, no, that's Christopher Nolan, man. And people can get as mad as I'm not calling it. It's not better than Lord of the Rings. It is an epic. It's an epic. I'm not going to call it a masterpiece.
Yeah.
I'm not going to call it a masterpiece, but it is an epic, and it's very good, and it's likable. And Elon's just butthurt. A lot of people are just butthurt because they had a black woman with a vagina, in it, and then they had one, that isn't a woman anymore and don't want her vagina. Like, and you're mad about that. How, in what way, really? I know sometimes the chuds hate watch you. In what fucking way did that ruin the movie for you? You motherfuckers went into the movie wanting to hate it. Because that's all you fucking do. You want to hate shit because that's what gets you fucking paid. That's where the algorithm's at. You make up shit. They're already trashing the Doomsday trailer. Knowing goddamn good and well they're going to go see it. They'll try to drive all these people away from going to watch movies like that, but then they'll go either pirate them or watch them themselves. I can't stand any of them, even Snarky J, who she's just snarky. She admits she's a fucking bitch. She'll tell you, I'm a fucking bitch. I'm picky as fuck, Even she gets on my fucking nerves sometimes. But I don't hate her, but I hate the rest, man. It's like, I don't know in what way a Black Helena Troy, so fucking what? And look at John Leguizamo. There's no Greeks in it. Oh my God, you guys are reaching so hard. You're gonna throw your fucking. You're gonna literally dislocate your shoulders. You're reaching so fucking hard.
Like, yeah. Well, I do feel like if you're gonna talk about the casting of the movie, I think Elliot Page is like the weakest link in the film.
I like the
resident spot in the movie.
Is all I'm saying. I like the scene in Hades. I know I liked it. I'm trying to remember all of it.
That scene is good. I like the question asked, right? The why I thought was interesting, but I also feel like someone who's more age appropriate could have been fine.
I loved John Bernthal in it. Not a lot. He didn't have a lot of time, but he wasn't playing the Punisher. He wasn't playing John Bernthal in this. He was playing like an asshole fucking king. Well, he was kind of playing the Punisher. He was tapping the Punisher a little bit, like I don't give a fuck.
My theory on that is like not that he didn't care. It's more like he's like, there's certain things I had to do.
Yeah, he's like, there's only one warrior I miss above them all, and he's talking about Odysseus. Even like that's what he's talking about. And I thought that was cool with Tom Holland sitting there, and I don't think that's
it's like when he's talking about what happened with his brother, and then Tom Holland's like, so what happened after that? And he's like, oh, I had to do this.
Now is he He's
What-
Menelaus, right?
What's the Menelaus? Yeah. What's the line? Oh no, the face that launched 1,000 ships and then turns her face and he's like
Maybe 500.
500. I was like, dude, that's cold blooded.
I was like, dude, he put scars on her face. Ooh. You know, how'd they get her back? I thought he got away with Paris. I thought she got away with Paris.
We don't know. We don't know how any of that works out.
I can't remember in the book if she got away with Paris or not. And it's been a long time since I read the Odyssey and the Trojan Horse.
That would be the Iliad. Would be the one about the Trojan War.
Yeah, that's the first one. And then there's the Odyssey. No, I think the Iliad is the Odyssey. I think they're both the same.
Well, no, it's the Iliad is about the Trojan War, and then I think the
Odyssey is the Iliad, the Odyssey, and Odysseus wrote it. Yeah, and fucking I can't remember if Paris got away with her or not in the book. I know Nolan turned away from some things that happened in the book. Like, I know that whole scene in Hades in the book is not Sinas, whatever the hell her name is.
No, it's Achilles.
Yeah, it is Achilles. You're right.
The reason why it's not Achilles in the movie is because of the emotional through line, right? Of like everything involving Sinon, and Sinon's a big part of the story, even though you don't see much of them.
Yeah, I kind of want to go back and look. I know they have one on if you look, there's 3 seasons of it, and I guess Amazon just knew that there was an Odyssey movie coming out because there's 3 seasons of it. Took them 3 seasons to tell that story, the Trojan War all the way to the Odyssey. There's 3 seasons, like 10 episodes a piece, and they're like little cartoons. So I'm gonna go to the end and be like, okay, did Paris get away with it?
So the Trojan horse is only mentioned briefly in the Odyssey, but it's described at length by Virgil's Aeneid.
Aeneid. Virgil was like Virgil was a lot like that dude that wrote the 7 Layers of Hell. I think Dante's his name. Catholics love that shit. I'm trying to remember what the Iliad was about.
The Iliad is about it's about the Trojan War.
Yeah, both of them have like huge like
okay, hold on here. The Iliad
journeys
is a poem about is one of 2 major surviving works by Homer. It is one of the oldest extant works of literature, still widely read by modern audiences. Like the Odyssey, the poem is divided 24 books, was written in whatever. It contains 50,000 lines in its standard edition. The Iliad is often regarded as the first substantial piece of European literature and is central to the study of classic philology. Okay, here we go. So set towards the end of the Trojan War, a 10-year siege of the city of Troy by a coalition of Mycenaean Greek states.
Mycenaean.
Mycenaean, thank you. Fuck off. Anyway,
no, I'm just saying you're not Italian or Greek, so those words are going to be hard for you.
There's a lot of yeah. The poem depicts significant events in the war's final weeks. In particular, that traces the anger of Achilles, the celebrated warrior, from a fierce quarrel between him and King Agamemnon to the death of the Trojan prince Hector. The narrative moves between wide battleground scenes and more personal interactions. Contrary to popular belief, the Iliad does not depict the fall of Troy, nor mention the Trojan horse used by the Greeks to conquer the city, which are attributed to later sources.
Yeah, that's crazy. So that guy may not even wrote about what the Trojan horse really was. People just put 2 and 2 together and said, "Well, we'll just make up that." Okay, they hid inside of a horse, and the horse got it was hubris and a huge mistake in pride that killed all the Trojans. And I think what happened was there were just so many, bro. You know what I mean? Like Agamemnon and fucking Menelaus brought all their shit. It was like 300, but in Troy.
Yeah,
that's what I think happened. You know, but look how much. You've played the game of phone, right? You say something to me, I say something to fourth says something to HBARs, and by the time it gets to the last person, they're like, he did what? And you might have been like, I like daisies. That's what happens to these books throughout time. Why do you think I'm very faithful and steeped in my faith? You think I believe half the shit in that Bible? Fuck no, man. And then they Americanized it? No, dude. They didn't just make it English. They Americanized it. You know? Stop. You quit, man. Like the King James version is fine. And I can pick and choose, like, okay, you know, the golden rule. Yeah, doing others, you the 10 Commandments. Okay, that's okay. Noah put 2 of everything on one boat. Nope. Not falling for that shit. Like that's how no. And they show you what a cubit is. They literally show you what it is. A cubit is from your elbow to your, doesn't matter who you are, how big you are, how tall you are. A cubit is from your elbow to your middle finger. And he measured it out. And I measured that out, how big that boat would be. No fucking way, bro.
So, okay, according to the Google machine, in one version of the myth, she reconciled with her husband, Helen of Troy, after everything, 10 years of sieging, right? While she is Paris's betrothed behind the walls of Troy, right? They attack, Paris dies, they all die. She lives, and you know, and then so basically she was trapped in Troy after Paris was killed, and she was forced to marry his brother. But then when the city fell, Menelaus stormed the palace intending to kill her. However, upon seeing her beauty again, he dropped his sword, forgave her, and took her back to his ships. They then
cut her face up.
I think that was definitely a thing that Nolan added as a way to push for consequences.
That might be okay. I hope that's right. I'm kind of relieved, man, because I was being told that they were keeping her and the girl with the long hair from the King Kong. They were keeping them kind of hidden, and that was gonna be one of the surprises of the movie. Now you're saying she's not in Supernova. That's kind of a relief, I think, you know. But it's also sad because we're not gonna get to see her act. We'll have to go back and watch. Because I really liked her in the first one, and she was the little girl. She was so sweet and so cute, and King Kong would have done anything for her. And I loved the whole Mecha Godzilla scene.
From to the Odyssey back over to
somebody put in the chat that Kaylee Hoddle does not appear in Godzilla Kong Supernova. So her and Sam Neill are not together in that movie, and I hope this person's right, he or she, and I hope I'm wrong. You know, that would. Even though I would like to see her one more time.
She was in Godzilla versus Kong, Godzilla versus Kong, or X Kong: The New Empire.
And she's good in that too. Yeah.
And she is apparently not in the other one.
Yeah. So that's someone told me, I think it was Troy, was telling me they were like keeping it on the wraps. It's supposed to be a surprise. You know, how Hollywood has to lie and say things now like, no, we're not using that person here. And no, this superhero one. It's to the point now they're actually putting out fake videos. You know?
Do you want to know how?
How what?
How she died?
A car wreck.
Yeah, but do you want to know what kind of car wreck?
I know she was the passenger who was in the car.
So around 2:52 a.m., a 19-year-old man was driving a Honda Accord, allegedly at excessive speeds, before traveling off the right side of a 2-lane road, striking a culvert or tunnel. Hoddle was transported to the hospital where she was later pronounced dead.
And the guy lived.
While a second passenger declined medical treatment at the scene, and the driver went to the hospital with non-life threatening.
It's always that way. It's always the fucking driver that's acting stupid that kills the person in the car with him.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy, dude. And who the fuck is hot rodding a Honda Accord?
I mean, is this 2001 all over again?
Yeah, I was gonna say it had to be some Dominic Toretto shit. And even then, I don't think they were using Accords. They were using Civics. So I don't even think you could trick. Well, you could probably trick out an Accord, but that's neither here nor there. It's sad that she died. She was just a baby, and it's really sad that like her wounds were so fucking bad that it killed her. This motherfucker denied medical treatment. No, I'm good, homie. I'm good. You know, he's got to live with that. But why were you driving at But then again, the media likes to frame shit. Excessive speeds might have been the freeway said 70 and he was doing 75. You know, you never know. But he's still, why'd he hit that fucking tunnel? They're pretty fucking big, man. You know, like how the fuck did you miss? Like you missed the hole, motherfucker. Like, and you ran into the side of It's sad. I bet it was on her side too, man. That's some sad shit.
Well, it's if they crashed into a culvert, I mean, that's like all cement.
Yeah,
So-
but they don't use the frame. Or you're right, Forth. Yeah, you're right. I mean, the K-24s right up there with, right up there with spoon engines. Like, I get it, but I don't know. I just feel like that it's like I said, man, we're at that age now. Not you, not yet. You're getting there. We're at that age where we're just going to start seeing people that we grew up with, like Ozzy, or we're just going to start seeing people die, and they can't last forever. But I also feel like we're watching these kids grow up in front of us. I mean, I don't know the little girl that plays X-23, but I know I wasn't expecting her to look like what she looked like. I'm still picturing her in my head as a little girl, like a 10-year-old. And I'm remembering the end of Logan and me and my daughter blubbering I'm blubbering like a bitch, trying to explain to my daughter why Logan did what he did. Then I had to rewind it and watch that scene all over again while I'm explaining it to my daughter, because she wants to know why I'm crying. And now I'm crying harder because I'm explaining it to my daughter while I'm watching the scene. And then you see her in Deadpool 3, and she's a fucking young lady now.
Well, I mean, 2017 to 2024, yeah.
I know, but in our minds, do we count the time like that? Did you expect her to even be in a movie, let alone look like that? Everybody was so busy jerking off over Wesley Snipes. Don't get me wrong. I love that he's back. I get it. Having Elektra in there and the joke about a Daredevil and, the original Daredevil being Ben Affleck and their divorce. That's a funny joke. And then Wesley Snipes walks in, and then Gambit walks in, and all anybody can talk about is Gambit's accent and Wesley Snipes, which, okay, that's a big deal. But then you see Laura. You know what I mean? That's not a big deal, you motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Like, that's a big deal, because she's grown now. And I'm like, oh my God, has it really been that long since Logan? Yeah, 10 fucking years, man, almost. I don't think our internal clocks count the time as you get older. I don't think it counts the time that, like, you know what I mean? I don't know how to articulate it, guys. It doesn't count the time correctly. Our minds don't count the time. Everything's vivid in your head when you get older, because you have so much knowledge. I mean, wisdom comes with age. Remember when you were 25, Maddie, and you thought you knew everything? You had the whole world, you had the whole world figured out. Nothing's gonna stop you. I know everything there is to know about everything. Then you hit 40 and you go, yo, I didn't know fucking dick, man. This is hard out. This is hard out here.
I wish I would have been more prepared for a few things.
Now, did we talk enough about the stuff you want to talk about? Because I know you're going to be tired. And I don't want to keep you up. I dip out and just listen to the rest of the stream.
No. Well, I think it's kind of more or less what I wanted to get to. I got mentioned by the Birdman, if anyone knows who he is.
I said a bird. Bird is the word. I said, I don't know who the bird. Wait, no, that's not. I'm thinking.
So check this out. No. He's a YouTuber. So he calls out like the Critical Drinker and Nerdrotic and those guys. So he posted this on Twitter like 6 hours ago. Right.
It's the oldest fucking video ever of you. That's your silver play video.
I know. Right. I know. It's just like, oh, look, a white racist that thinks all black people look alike. How typical. What's funny is the Flash thinks that he's average. No, sir, this is well below average. I don't know. This is is he talking about? Oh, the Flash is. So this is Birdman right here on the right. And obviously we know Beetlejuice. And so he's trying to use.
Why is he saying you think all black men look the same? What?
He's trying to use me as I guess as like an attack on Yellow Flash, as if I'm like even remotely connected.
Yeah, that attack on Yellow Flash but that was all Angry Joe. That's got nothing to do with what the fuck.
I know.
You don't even really enter the political sphere anymore. What you talk about in movies?
Can you add a trigger warning before showing pics like these? This guy's face could be considered a cruel and unusual punishment. Dude, that's so mean.
It is mean, but I don't think you look that bad. I mean, when you get your silver play button, like I said, you remember, man. You know,
no,
man.
I know.
There was a time I couldn't stand you, and I would have loved to read something like that.
I'm just looking to see here, like who knew, like whatever. Because he's pulling out the wrong picture and shit. And like somebody mentioned me, that's how I caught wind of it. That's not him. There we go. All right, I'm gonna give that a like because that's true. Bro, he looks like the younger brother of the heel versus babyface. Ooh, that's mean.
So they think you look like Az, and they think you're Yellow Flash?
I think so. Yeah.
No, guys, totally different controversy. Just as bad, but totally different. It's okay. I don't fault anybody for getting emotional when they get the silver. I got one. I don't know where, I couldn't tell you where it's at. I think it's in my daughter's apartment.
This dumbass here is, I think he has me blocked. Does he have me blocked? I thought he had me blocked. I guess Yellow Flash unblocked me. He had me blocked for a while, but even he's not even denying that, like, that it's not me.
Right? Like, what? How the fuck are you even connecting? So you got it wrong now. Will he do a retraction? No.
I don't know if
I'd be keyboard munching right now. Your whole audience is after me, and I'm not even Yellow Flash. I don't even fucking know Yellow Flash. Why'd you do this?
I don't even check my responses anymore, man. Like, I think
because it's all hate. It's all hate, bro. Don't even.
He says, "Oh, I think I've liked some of your posts before. Good to meet you here officially." I was like, "Yeah, big fan. Love your vids." Calling it the bullshit, right? Because all I said was like, was this one here, you know? And then someone's all, I think someone said my name, and that. Oh, I gotta find it.
That's not Matt Jarbo, you motherfuckers.
Not me. Crazy. Okay.
I mean, the picture's him. That's his picture.
Yeah.
Here we go. That's not Yellow Flash.
So yeah, this is Matt Jarbo. I don't know what to tell you. And he's like, you caught me before I could delete and use a different GIF. It was supposed to be, do you have something to tell me? He posted an image of Matt Jarbo on his channel 7 years ago before he joined the culture war. Obviously the flagging stuff. What is that video? Oh, okay. Oh no, he used me in the thumbnail. Oh, okay. Oh, he's used me a couple times. Okay.
You're Matt fucking Jarbo, bro. You're famous.
And then someone's like, I think someone said like, I'm a retard, which is fine. So I just respond back with like a hi.
Yeah, this is me. That's a good gift to use. That's a really good one, bro. That's like a really good gift. That's perfect, you know.
Just
and that's a good response too, because you don't let it bother you anymore. 5 or 6 years ago, it would have bothered the fuck out of you. You know?
It would maybe. Yeah, I should reach out to the Birdman. I'm like, I say underneath him, like, I like his vids because I do.
Now that I know who you're talking about, yeah, I've seen him co-stream with Asian BJ, and they're two of my favorite streamers, Asian BJ, and they had the Birdman on once. I think it was Asian BJ.
I think it's funny because like people don't know what to make of me. I love that about where I'm at right now. People don't know because they'll be like, you like Donald Trump, and I'm all like, no. And then they'll be like, yeah, but what about this? I'm like, I also have thoughts and opinions about things. Like, I don't like the far left.
Yeah, I don't like the far right, and I don't like the far left. I'm not a Trump guy. I do lean right. People know that, but they automatically throw me in that you're a Trump guy.
But I get the whole thing about like, you know, like, oh, you're just like soy-filled cook about this stuff, and I'm like, bro, like, oh no, because I said I like the Odyssey. Someone's like, the check cleared or some shit. I'm going like, bro, I've been crapping on Nolan since like
I get shit for saying he's not overrated. People give me massive shit for being such a Nolan fan.
I will hyperbolically say that Nolan is overrated. I've done that a bunch. I hyperbolically say that. I honestly like Christopher Nolan, but I just want him to pull his head out his ass and get his brother to write it. Like, what I want Nolan to direct, but I want his brother to write. Because I don't think Nolan as a writer is not good. Like, he's just not a good writer. And if
me and Forth said that sometimes, like Dune, they try to be too sophisticated, and it goes over a lot of people's heads. I'm telling you, man, I'm intelligent, but I ain't smart enough to understand the third act of fucking Interstellar. I'm sorry, I don't fucking understand what the fuck
you're saying. It's self-flagration. But the thing, like, look at Oppenheimer and look at Odyssey. Thematically, the movies are identical. Right.
I am very liberal. Hold on, Manny. I'm sorry. Yeah, I am very liberal, but there's no such thing as libertarian anymore, Spherical. So literally, I have to say
there is.
Where?
The Libertarian Party, they I mean, to be fair to them, Trump said to them, you know, if you elect me, I will release Russ Ulbricht. Right. And they're like, all right. And they voted for him, and Trump actually did it.
I mean, I don't know. I don't feel like it's a real thing anymore, man. And everybody,
it's a real thing. It ain't good, but it's real.
But okay, but old school libertarian was good.
Well, cultural libertarianism, I think, is like, I got this
back in the 90s. It was a good thing to be libertarian because it meant it meant I'm left, but there's a couple things I'm going to lean right on. It's okay to be centrist. They don't fucking. I remember everybody out here yelling at me, telling me that I gotta vote. It's my civic duty. I better vote.
I was yelling at you about that.
Yeah, but as soon as I said, okay, well, I don't want to really vote for Kamala. You have to. What are you talking about? And then everybody told me how I had to vote. I voted for her. Now I'm really glad that, because I think Trump's going to fuck up so bad now because he's fucking up. I'm sorry that whoever they run democratically, we might get AOC, bro. We might. Motherfucker, wrap your mind around that.
She's still too young. She's still too young.
But that's all I'm saying about I do lean right on certain things, man, because of my religion. That's it. Rational. Spherical. Both you guys. It's like the only reason I lean that way is because I don't want anybody telling me I have to be an atheist or I have to be a Islamic. I don't want to be fucking told that, if I want to believe in the fucking Virgin Mary and Jesus, I'm allowed to fucking do that. Aren't you out there stomping your feet? I don't mean you guys, but aren't you lefties out there stomping your feet saying we want equality and freedom to do whatever we want, and we want to put our mosques wherever we want, and we want to put you have every right to do that because the fucking Constitution says you can. But it also says I have the right to be a fucking Christian. That's all. But when it comes to abortion, I'm not fucking JD Vance going, oh, it's fucking evil. We need to put you in conversion therapy. Fuck that idiot, bro. That motherfucker's more dangerous than Trump.
What do you
abortion?
I mean, okay, abortions for some or abortions for none.
Abortions for anybody. A woman's body is her own fucking business.
Do you know the meme?
No,
Abortion.
That's an argument I won't get into. I just tell people flat out, a woman's body's her own fucking business.
It was the Treehouse of Horror where we first meet Kang and Kodos, right? And they're impersonating Clinton and Gore, or Clinton and Bob Dole, and it's all like abortions for none, boo! Oh, abortions for all. It's just
Plus, I was raised Catholic, but I'm not anymore. I'm what you would call a Christian, and I don't like organized religion. I feel like it's too cult-like. That's one thing. Me and Matt, no matter what, Maddie's a social democrat. Okay, I'm a libertarian who leans right. You are a social democrat, bro. You are a democratic socialist. You've told me out of your own mouth.
I'm like the Bernie Sanders side of things.
Yeah.
Right?
So
where it ends for me or goes for me is education and healthcare are the two things. Really.
Yeah, but you actually take the time to look at policy, bro. There's a guy called Black Conservative Perspective. I don't watch him as much as I used to, but he's a black conservative. But he always comes with facts. Maddie always comes with facts. He looks at, the policies, and that's what pisses him off. Now, the fact that Trump's an idiot is going to piss everybody. But the one thing me and Matt can agree on is we don't like organized religion. But I am a Christian. But I was raised Catholic. Yeah, I did it all, guys.
Yeah, have your faith. I just, you could sit there and be like, yo, man, you know what the Odyssey taught me? That Zeus's law is good, and we got to convert.
We got to do that.
And I'm like, all right. So can I come to your shit? Let's go.
You want to come to the orgy? I got you, baby. Caligula. Let's do this shit.
I wish there was. It would have made that final act a lot more interesting. You would have heard unsheath your swords, and it would have had an entirely different meaning.
And I get called all the time. Oh, you praying to your sky daddy and all that shit. Yeah, I get a lot of shit for it. And I don't even talk about it. But everyone thinks I'm a Trump guy because I'm a Christian. You think I vote red?
I'm not because
I believe in Jesus?
Jesus Christ, I'm not a DSA member. No, I just, again, I feel like a lot of people get caught up in politics and religion and online shit because it's more of a cognitive dissonance thing.
It is. And it took me a long time to understand what that meant.
Yeah, I think people look, man. I think a lot of people are just looking for a place to belong. You know,
I'm here with you guys. You guys are the ones I love, and Perp and guys like that. You know,
no, I totally get it. I'm just saying, it's there's a lot of stuff where a lot of people are just looking for that kind of place to be because they don't have that in their lives. They don't have a community of people that they can go to. And this is where the internet's good and bad. You can find a community, but if you're not careful, you're going to end up finding the wrong kind of community, because it's you figure, look at the chuds, right? What are the chuds?
I used to like Geeks and Gamers a lot. And I used to think, wow, this Jeremy guy is building something here. And then you were there for it, Maddie. I don't know if a lot of these guys were, they might've been, but Ryan Cannell used to be quiet as fuck. and he was supposed to come in. The only reason they hired Ryan Cannell was because they didn't have anybody that was dealing with the extended universe stuff. And Ryan had read all the books over and over. He's an avid reader. That's one thing he does. He fucking reads his ass off. And then the more shit they talked, the more emboldened Ryan Cannell got. And then he just started letting everything out. He was letting his subtle racism come out, his fucking bigotry, his grift alone is coming out. People used to actually like Trunk 3PO. Now he's got 3PO doing it. Like, it's fucking crazy. Ryan used to be so quiet, he was afraid of a fucking mouse fart. And now he just runs his fucking mouth, bro.
I don't watch like any of these guys.
But I did it first. I don't watch them anymore sometimes.
But well, when it comes to all this stuff, like the way I look at it is, these guys, what do? What they tell you that there's a problem. They tell you that you may not know the problem exists, but the problem exists. And then they tell you that there's no one who's able to fix the problem except
them. And they feel like they really are at war with Hollywood, and they want to take over Hollywood. Like, they do really. Because I didn't expect their channels to blow up that quick. They blew up. But they have who they got to thank for that? Little chick named Ray Skywalker. Like, that's why they fucking blew up, bro. Like, and then they just kept going. And when there was no Star Wars to bitch about, they went straight to Marvel and DC. Why? Because they're the most beloved. If I come out and talk shit about something you guys really love in all my videos, I'm the new Alex Jones. Create Candace Owens. I just create conspiracies left and right, and you're gonna get angry about it, but you're still gonna click to see what I got to say. Wow, what the fuck is this asshole talking about today?
Well, I mean, if you look at the thumbnail that I used for for this stream, like
Mel and yeah,
like
Mel. I love Mel. I love Mel, bro.
Yeah, but I just put that into Chat GPT with some images, and I'm like, here's what I'm going for, and they're like,
that is funny though,
and then it's like, it's just, but if you look at it, like a lot of the chuds, that's what like a lot of the chuds are doing. They're just like throwing stuff into AI and having AI do these hyperbolic thumbnails. And I'm like, look, it's like, I would love to be able to do, like standard standalone content. I don't have time, and it's like, so I don't fucking care as much anymore. I'll shit talk on here for a while because it's more fun for me.
Yeah, no, it's also a way to vent. It just gets shit out of your system.
Well, it's mostly just like,
and not even vent about being mad at them. I mean, just whatever your daily life brought you.
It's not even. I mean, it's kind of like the reason why I don't engage with the chuds is because when I get so frustrated by the lying and by the willful obfuscation, and all the misinformation that they do, and then you look at their audience, and the audience, they don't care. Right. They don't care. I don't have it in me anymore to like fight back on it. Like, other people want to do it, let them do it, man. That's fine with me.
I've seen you on Twitter. You'll say something, somebody will jump in and be like, this fucking guy, I don't know what he's talking about. And you're just like, whatever.
I'm like, nah, cope, whatever.
I'm doing this to piss off
well, no, because most of the time I'm doing it to piss off Donovan. That is very because, like, what is it? I said today, like, oh no. I said today, I swear to God, this kid does not understand sarcasm. Right? It's part of being autistic. He doesn't get sarcasm. So, like, there's this account like Empire Box Office or whatever the hell, and he's talking about how like Supergirl's a flop and whatever. And then I made a comment about like, oh yeah, it's like no one really knows what the box office people want anymore, right? You don't know if a movie's going to do good or bad. You just have no way of knowing. And so then he says something like, says something, and I respond back by saying like, well, yeah, it's all those executives that want their fingers in the pie, which is a true statement, but it was a jokey statement. One of the reasons why the budgets go up is because there's so many producers and they all want their fees up front. And
yeah, the front end and that's what's kind of, dude, we need to talk about that some night. I want to hear your take on that. Yeah, that's too long right now. You're tired, but loading up the front end. Talk, Chris. Loading up the front end and then not sticking the landing. How many times have we seen that happen lately? And I think you're right. It's all these producers that want their shit up front.
Well, again, it's like if you got someone, look at like James Gunn. Okay, James Gunn writes, directs, and produces his movies, right? But if anything, he writes and directs it, which means everything in his brain that goes down on that paper is going to be something
getting royalties for. Yeah, forever.
Not royalties. It's being in the final product. All right. So it's like, what is Kevin Smith's worst movie? did.
I think yoga. I was gonna say yoga hosers, but
Cop out.
No, I like. See, okay, that's where we're gonna disagree, but I get it. I get where you're going.
But
I
because
won't
Cop Out
sidetrack
wasn't
us.
his script. Yoga hosers, he'll own yoga hosers like he owns Mallrats. Like
Oh no, I'm wrong. I would rather watch yoga hosers. Shut up, Forth. Don't say it. Tusk. Tusk is fucking garbage, bro. Tusk is fucking AIDS. I'm sorry, it's garbage. It's fucking. I don't like it.
I haven't seen it.
It's got what's his name in it from Accepted. He's a great actor. He was
Justin
in.
Long is in it. He's also got Michael Parks in it.
That's him, and he. Don't get me wrong. The acting by that guy is fucking phenomenal. Like
the old guy.
The old guy. He was also in like Death Proof.
Yeah,
and
but
all
he was
those.
But also Kevin Smith did Red State in 2010.
Great fucking movie.
Right.
Like, lets you know that if Kevin wanted to, he could make a good fucking horror movie, and comedians can do that.
He can't, because comedy plus tragedy equals time. Or I'm sorry, comedy is tragedy plus time.
But so the acting was phenomenal. But you're gonna just what? You're Frankenstein and some kid to turn him into a fucking walrus. That's dumb as fuck, bro.
I think if anything, it ties back to the introduction of Loki in Dogma, when he's talking with the nun about the walrus.
Oh yeah, go buy you some heels, blah blah blah. Okay, that does make sense.
Clearly represents Lord Ganesha. Well, I'm sure it's a deep cut somewhere. I've honestly, Tusk never really interested me, so I never saw it.
The acting is really great by that dude. He was that's the same guy that was at the beginning of Dusk Till Dawn. Like, that dude's famous. He's old as shit, and he's famous as fuck. He was in Red State.
He's dead now.
Yeah, I mean,
he was also the sheriff and or like the marshal in Kill Bill Volume 1, and the Mexican pimp in
look
Kill
at
Bill.
Forth. He's mad. Look at Forth's avatar, and that's from Tusk. He said, "You're dead to me, Chris." This is the edited version of the comment. The original did not pass Jarbo's filter.
Don't put that on me, man. Put that on YouTube. They get the filters.
He's a big Tusk fan. He like Forth loves shit like that. He loves out of the box, like fucking really weird shit. He likes the good shit too, some of it, but yeah, he's a forward thinker. I'll give you that. That's why I love him. He's a forward thinker, bro. But I just can't watch a movie like that after growing up with Kevin Smith, and because you and me went into the indie film section and we saw Clerks and we went, oh my god, and then we're one of the few people that paid for Mallrats, knew it was a hidden gem, and it bombed at the box office. Yet now it's considered one of the best movies out there with some of the best writing. We knew it. They didn't. And then he went back. What did he do after Mallrats?
Chasing Amy.
Yeah. And that's where he got all his critical acclaim. And he he rebounded from that. And then next thing you know, we're getting Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. We're getting, we're getting great.
Had a small budget.
Well, not only that, it was very well written. It was very smart. When the hockey scene where it's just building up and building up and building up, and she's like, "I blew so and so while that Ben Coe fuck," or whatever the fuck his name is. She fucking just tells him, and it builds up into this big fight. And I've always thought that Joey Lauren Adams is a great actress.
Well, they were dating at the time.
They're dating at the time. Yeah, I can't believe he put her boobs in Mallrats like that. Like I wouldn't let nobody see my woman.
I mean,
I'm okay with boobies. I love boobies. Thank you for letting me see Joey Lauren Adams movies. But at the same time, if I was Kevin, I'm not letting no one see my woman, And the girl that he married, I've seen her in some movies. I think he put her in Clerks 2.
She was in, she first appeared as one of like the jewel thieves in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, which was really weird. She had Ali Larter and Eliza Dushku and Shannon Elizabeth, and then like Jen Schwalbach.
Yeah, who the fuck is this chick? Well, he's giving his wife a hookup, motherfuckers. That's more money for his house. She's getting paid for it. I mean, fuck yeah, do it, Kevin. I love Kevin Smith, bro. I do. I love him. He says he's got one more in him. I think he's got two, Maddie. I think he could, that bug, if you're a director, it never goes away. But he's always regretted seeing how the sausage is made. He said that. He said it took away the magic of movies. So when you get a Blair Witch or an Obsession or something like that comes along, like a very rare gem like that, that's probably the only thing he enjoys, But then again, I've seen him like sit and review a movie and bawl like a baby. All the Star Wars shit, he cries, all of it.
Well, he actually, I think he got off of Twitter because there was just so much backlash to that stuff.
Yeah, well, Fat Man and Batman's still a thing, but I used to watch his channel with Mark, and I love that dude too, man. And I remember like they would sit around and like talk about. There's one where they're talking about the Snoopy Peanuts movie, and they were talking about a cotton gin. And I was just like, how the fuck do these motherfuckers know what a cotton gin is? Like, that's fucking crazy, bro. That's some shit from the Dust Bowl, the Great Depression, but whatever, you know. And then he just stopped doing that too, bro. But I love his story about how he met his wife. They were dry humping, and he fucked his dick up.
Oh yeah, from
on the zipper.
Yeah, and Evening with Kevin Smith. Yeah,
yeah, and then you know, right after that, he went and had a heart attack. That's when he had the heart attack. Right after he filmed that, he thought he had the flu. No, he was stroking the fuck out while he was on stage.
No, he told that story in the original A Night with an Evening with Kevin Smith from like 2002. He might have told.
Maybe he told it backwards. Okay. See, I thought right after he did that show is when he had the heart attack, because he hadn't had the heart attack yet on an Evening with Kevin Smith, the Showtime one. He hadn't had the heart attack yet. He hadn't lost the weight yet. He was still really big. Now he's skinny. He's got that really big dude from American History X who became a muscle-bound Incredible Hulk. Ethan Suplee, is that his name? Bro,
yeah.
Ethan Suplee, however you say it. He's got him kind of training him once in a while. And but in Evening with Kevin Smith, he hadn't had the heart attack yet, Matty. Or no, whatever the one that was a real comedy stand-up show. Not the one where he goes to the college campuses, which are my favorite ones, but the one where he's in the jersey and he's in his jorts, you know, his jean shorts, and it was a real stand-up comedy. And it was on Showtime, and he got paid, like, you know, the way Shane Gillis would. Right after that, because he talks about it on Instagram all the time. Right after that, he went downstairs and he went to the hospital, thought it was pneumonia or something like that, and he was having a heart attack. That's scary as shit that a heart attack feels like the flu. What?
Well, yeah, but I mean, at least we got Clerks 3 out of that, so I'm very happy.
We did get Clerks 3, and I think that and you know what? A lot of people are shitting on it, but I didn't like the ending either. Okay, everyone loves Dante, but I get what he was trying to put his emotions into that movie, which is, I don't know if it's always healthy for a director or a writer to put their selves, you know what I mean, self-inserts, but I'm not mad about them. I think everybody does it, you know, and I think that the first thing they'll tell you in writing school is write what you know. Well, what do you know better than your own life experiences? You know?
Well, I mean, he was always a mixture of Randall and Dante. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he literally is.
Heart attack scared him, you know, but like Randall was like, I'm going to do something, and Dante wasn't changing. That was the whole point of Clerks 3. It's like, if you don't change, you'll die.
Yeah.
And that's the whole point. Is like Dante was like, I'm not changing, even though he was like, maybe he was too scared to change based upon what had happened with Becky.
I love that Vanessa or Valerie, whatever her name is, showed up.
Marilyn Gigliotti.
Yeah, I thought that was, you can look at that girl, and when you hear her talk, you know she's a fucking wop. You know she's Italian.
I met her at Comic-Con a couple years back.
Jersey Italian, bro. There's nothing like it.
Well, her and Dante, Brian Christopher O'Halloran, they had booths right next to each other, and I talked to him, and I was like, hey man, I just got to say, like, you know, thank you, like, for everything. I love these movies. Like, I saw them when I was 15. You know, and everything. And the thing is, like, you know, those dudes hear that shit all the time, right?
They do. Yeah.
But he was cool.
That's why when RJ went to Comic-Con, and he's like, does anybody want me to say anything to, oh my God, I am going to forget his name. Smallville.
Brandon Routh?
No. Smallville. The guy, the main character.
Right. Tom Welling.
Okay. I love Smallville, but he probably hears about Smallville all the fucking time. I said, RJ, tell that motherfucker, your friend Chris loved him in Draft Day, because you could see it was such a small part, but he threw so much of himself into that quarterback that was going to get cut. You know, it's a great sports movie, and you can tell he worked super hard, and he's got one of the best scenes in the fucking movie. RJ said he told Tom Welling that, And Tom Welling told RJ he never gets comments like that, and that made his day. I don't know if RJ was lying to me, but yeah. Tom Welling told RJ I never get.
I don't think he'd be lying about that, to be fair.
Yeah, and my friend Chris said to tell you he loved you in Draft Day. You hear about Smallville all the time, you hear about Superman all the time and comic, but his favorite scene of you ever is in Draft Day. And Tom Welling told RJ, I never get people commenting about that, and I worked really hard. And you tell Chris he made my day. And RJ came back and told me that. And I was like, he's either lying or, he lied about the Flash. Oh, Fourth, you were thinking the same. Fourth typed it right as I was saying it. Get out of my head, bro. Stop stealing sentences from my brain.
Yeah, he did. He did do that. That's true.
But he did it to own the Chuds. Anyway.
Well, he did it to own the Chuds, kind of. Well, not the Chuds, like the Snyder Chuds. And then it just, like they reach out to him like, oh, hey, we want to put your tweet.
Oh, that's right. It was the Snyder guys. You're right.
Yeah, it was no. It was.
And then they used his tweet. If I'm not mistaken, RJ's got a fucking cameo in the Super Bowl. If I'm not mistaken. I'm almost positive RJ's tweet came on. It was during one of the Super Bowl commercials. I'm not even making that up, Maddie. Like RJ got free shit.
It wasn't a Super Bowl commercial. It was a sporting event because this was for the Flash. So it would have been for May or June. So there wasn't Super Bowl.
What's in May and June? Oh, the All-Star game. Okay, but I know it was a sporting event, and I went, what the fuck? Then we found out later that it was like it wasn't real. Like, what the fuck? People got so mad at him, and I'm like, I'll give him some shit because he's a little leftoid. But I love RJ, man. I do. I think that sometimes he comes on here and makes a complete fool of himself, but I also think he adds to the conversation. And I think that if anybody says they don't miss RJ, they're lying. Okay, like he's a good kid, but. Yeah, we can let him off the hook. After you got to bust his balls for a while, but you can let him off the hook. Be like, nope. I'm never watching that motherfucker shit again.
Nope.
Oh man, nope. You're not gonna let him. Nope. Well, he made it personal with you.
No. I'm not even worried about it being personal. That kind of stuff rolls off my back.
I get it if you're beefing with him, but I'm talking about if you knew him as a friend. But you and him used to be super close. What happened?
But let me explain. So the thing is, it's not only like RJ brings. He's got nothing going on in his life. We have to remember that. Okay. He's got nothing going on. He's like mid-20s. He works a job finally, but he lives at home with his parents, which I'm not even knocking that. But it's a factoid you guys need to know. So he's got no girlfriend, barely any friends, spends all day online. Okay. When he's not working, he's on Twitter flat out. Okay. So right now, as far as I know, he's popped up on a few live streams because school is out for the next couple of weeks. So he's got nothing to do in his summer vacation. Right? He works for a middle school. He's got nothing to do for a summer vacation. So he does this shit. Okay, fine. The problem with RJ was that he was like going into he would spend all day, like watching the Chuds, watching Ski Washer, watching those guys. And then he would go and he would like clip out bits and whatever. And because there wasn't much else going on and you want to dunk on him, he would start like, he was a reason why I was covering that stuff as much as I was. With you guys should know me. Out of sight, out of mind, right? If I'm not looking at you, I'm not thinking about you.
Yeah, no, you got. I don't know what you got, Maddie, but you got to touch all of it. You do ADHD, ADD, OCD.
Right, I got to touch the autism. Yeah, absolutely.
You got to touch of all of it, bro.
And so
you are a detail freak.
For me, it's like, look, I have reasons to. Don't get me wrong. Like, there's reasons to complain about a lot of the things that these dudes say because they say really dumb things, and so that's not the issue. But it's like, if you're constantly bringing it to my doorstep and it's hard for me to say no because it's like, let's go dunk on these assholes because it's funny. But then it's
fun.
Like,
I won't lie. It's fun.
You realize after a while that it's like, that's all you're being used for.
And you wasted your whole fucking day.
And it's just you get mad, you get angry. And then all the stuff like RJ would like, the stuff with Max. Right. And then like the whole freaking blackmail thing that Max was trying
to. That I don't.
Right?
I still don't
but
know.
I got blamed for that.
Yeah, I remember.
With Max,
His wife won't let him talk to you no more because you're the main
No, no.
trouble. You're the
His
instigator
wife-
behind the scenes.
His wife legitimately said that like she would leave him if he talked to me again. You know, and this is like 3.5 years ago.
And he did. I'm sorry. I was there. Guys, I love Max. You know that. I don't know where he's been lately, but he sopranoed the fuck out of that. You know, he really did. It'd be a shame, you know, if something like was happening to your career. You know what I'm saying, RJ? Be a shame.
Yeah.
What if, you know, he sopranoed the fuck out of that, bro. I don't know if that's considered blackmail or not, but we don't agree on something. So I'm gonna like.
Well, it was a whole mess of a situation, and a lot of it had to do with Enosh and those guys, and then like the
I
stuff,
remember
like the
it was
stuff
crazy.
Enosh was saying, because Enosh is a flat out liar. He's just a liar. That or he was being lied to, and like never once because there was this guy named Cylon Scotty that was one of Enosh's.
I know they're best friends.
That I've heard come out from
Yeah.
Enosh. Apparently, Cylon Scotty has told him, and not just me, but other people as well. You're going like, dude, there's some illegalities here. There's like some seriously ethical situations going, but there's also like no evidence of anything. You know, and again, like stuff that's handled fucking surreptitiously. So they got to be careful. But Enosh is a liar. He's just a flat out liar. And so, you know, so all that stuff kind of came to a head with the Max stuff. And it was just like, wasn't fun. It just wasn't fun.
No, it sucks the fun right out of shit.
Yeah. And it's like, and then,
I come on here and talk movies with you guys because A, I love your audience, and B, it's therapeutic. Like, no joke. People will look at me and go, you think Matt Jarbo is therapeutic? Yep. Going on this stream is. It sucks the fun out of everything, Maddie. Gotta have fun. That's why I come here. I mean, I derail everything. I don't mean to, but
fuck
I derail everything. I might change my name to Chris, the bipolar derailer. Like, I'm serious. As an inside joke, everybody would know what that is, but I don't mean to do that. It's just like, I like to talk about that kind of shit with you, man. You know, I don't have a lot of people close to my age in the real world that I can talk about movies. I got to come on here, you know, because in the real world, I've kind of like become like that spider, man. I'm really reclusive, you know, like so much bad shit. You know, a lot of the people don't know about my personal stuff, but you knew, Maddie. You know about the people that have died, the people that have gone into a coma and woke up. I mean, you know why I'm all fucked up. You know, Saggy, you guys know. So, like, I don't have a lot of like fun time, and when I come on here, it's like recess for me. I wish I could articulate it better, but this is my recess.
It's kind of this place to hang out and to shoot the shit for a while, which is always kind of nice. So Parallax says, fuck you've been on, damn you, YouTube notifications. Yeah, they're pretty terrible.
You can always relax. Or Parallax, Jesus Christ. I am getting a little high. You can always rewind it, Parallax. You know. This one's been pretty good. Manny's kind of, you know what I'm saying?
What? No, I mean I gotta start winding it down because I gotta be up take my kids to the doctor's
That's
office.
what's funny. It's like this is one of your longest streams, and
we did it nearly 4 hours on Monday, and then I went and watched the Odyssey.
Now we did almost 4
You know
hours.
I mean, it's
all
like,
right. And I'm gonna
like,
do the right thing now and go watch the stream. Tell you guys I love you and dip out of here and let Maddie wind it down because I can always come back. And I got surgery. Well, I don't know if it's gonna be surgery or not, but
well, I got work.
I'll ask for permission before I send the pictures, Maddie.
I don't want to see shit. I don't want to see nothing.
You got to be good.
I hope you're okay, but I don't want to see shit. You.
I promise to totally not do that. Okay, but if I send you pictures, look at them.
No,
I love you, motherfuckers. I'm leaving. No, don't say shit, Maddie. Just shut up. Take the L.
Take the L. What the fuck's he talking about? Thank you, Chris, for coming. I appreciate it. Always appreciate Chris. All right. The couple things I missed here from a while back. Sorry, buddy. Ahsoka here for 5 says, I Am Legend book is one of my favorite horror books. I hated the movie. I understand that. I like the movie a lot, but of course, you know, like there's like the, you know, the Omega Man is also a really good one too. There's a lot of good adaptations of that kind of story. But I do like the Will Smith one. They're doing the sequel. I don't know what that's going to do, but okay. And also Ahsoka here for 5. Thank you. Says, I don't like Zack Snyder, but I applaud him on calling out geeks and gamers. Those guys still don't matter. Yeah, that was fun. That was 5 glorious years ago. That was 5 glorious years ago. I can't believe it's been that long. Can't believe it's been that long since the Snyder Cut came out. I took the family yesterday. We went to a Red Robin, and we're getting dinner. And there was this table next to us, and they were talking movies. And they were talking about Supergirl and like how bad it crashed and burned and everything else. And they're talking about like Superman, like the possible profit Superman had made. And then they start bringing up how good Zack Snyder's Justice League was. And I'm like, these are people in a completely unprompted environment. I'm just listening, right? You know, like my kids are trying to explain to me what they're reading on the kids menu. And I'm just going like, shh, I want to hear what these guys are saying about Zack Snyder. And I don't even know if she's still in here or not. Hey, kiddo, are you in here? No, she left. I told her take the Nintendo Switch and get out. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, they were talking about that. I thought that was really kind of fascinating. But I think on that note, I am gonna go try to get some sleep. I got to be up, and tomorrow's gonna be a long day. Did the Odyssey really buck break all the chuds? Yeah. No, I don't think Mel's gonna actually do it. I didn't even really touch upon that. Someone had said Elon should give Mel Gibson $100 million, and Elon said he's game. That's really about it. I'm more interested actually in the AI version of the Odyssey that guy was working on. There's going to be a 40th anniversary screening this Saturday with Big Trouble. Oh, nice, dude. Nice. I would love to go to that one. Sadly, nothing happens in Olympia. I did just see that the American Cinematheque is doing in September. They're doing Problem Child 1 and 2 back to back, 35 millimeter prints. I don't know if Michael Oliver is going to be there, but like, man, that would be wild. That'd be crazy to go watch Problem Child 1 and 2 back to back in theaters. Holy crap. I got in trouble for renting Problem Child 2. I love that damn movie though. Problem Child 3 though, man, never won. Well, I've actually watched Problem Child 3 a couple times because it was a NBC made for TV movie. Jack Warden played the Healy dad, Junior's dad, or well, not Junior, but like whatever, John Ritter's dad's character. And then he was the grandfather in Problem Child 1, Problem Child 2, and Problem Child 3. But Problem Child 3 is not that bad. It's muted. It's definitely toned down for TV, but they did a Problem Child 3 TV movie in the early 90s. Right? Have you seen Music Man Problem Child 3? It's crazy. SDCC news will be wild this weekend. Yeah, I'm going to be waiting like everybody else and shit. I'll be working. So I'm not too worried about it because you know how it is. You work long nights and it all goes that way. Let's see here. Like I'm looking at my time. Right. I've got a meeting. And okay. Yeah. Tomorrow's going to be interesting, but I don't have to work the overnight shift. They're calling me in early, but I think I'm going to be working. Yeah, but then on Friday, my ass is back to the overnight. I love my job, but they know I hate that shit. All right. You love both? No. Not both. Have you seen Problem Child 3? I'm finding the trailer. Oh my God. Okay. Hold up. This is a real trailer. We're going to end it with this. This is a real movie. Hold on. When Snyder told Geeks and Gamers how he stands against Asian hate, that was a promotional saying multiple people that was a promotional saying multiple people were saying. It's yeah. I got I don't know about that, man. What do you mean promotional? What DM me about that. Go into more detail. I'll show you this. I'll tell you something after the fact. I know a bit more about that, but I can't necessarily say. So check this out. This is the tease. This is the VHS trailer for Problem Child 3 from 1995.
This is Junior Healy. He's quite a normal little guy. He loves scouting.
Be prepared.
He loves school.
Yes, Miss X?
He's good at sports. And he's crazy about cars. But Junior's life is about to change. Cupid's arrow has found its mark.
It's the most beautiful girl in the world.
He's got some serious competition.
Big deal. What do they got that I ain't got?
A prayer. But Junior Healy loves a challenge.
I'll be there till no one else is left standing. It's true. I don't think so.
Some people think that Junior's a problem. We think that you should judge for yourself. Problem Child 3.
Now that's entertainment.
A universal picture.
That's a real movie. That is a real film. Yeah. That's not Michael Oliver. Is Gilbert in this one? No, he's not. Maybe he is. I don't believe so. I don't believe that he is. Let me go and there's gotta be a wiki for it, right? It's gotta be a wiki. It's for free. Oh my god. Guys, this is not a drill. No, it's currently unavailable. Oh man, it's not on Tubi. Not on Tubi. Here, who played this? Justin Chapman played him. Who's Justin Chapman? He's 40 years old. He was in Basketball, Jingle All the Way. Okay, so wow. He's done some stuff there. All right. That's crazy. There's got to be a wiki about problem. There it is. There's a wiki about it. Oh, hell yeah. So, so Problem Child 3 or Problem Child 3 Junior in Love was known simply as Problem Child 3 is a 1995 American children's film. Children's movie. There's no way that's a kid's movie, dude. Do you see how he's like pushing the teacher out a second story window, right? Hits a guy like Looney Tunes his ass with a fucking tree. This is the third and final installment of the Problem Child trilogy created by Scott Alexander and Larry Karaszewski. It premiered on NBC May 13th, 1995. It's the only film in the series to not receive a theatrical release. I saw this on NBC in 1995. I was 13. I just turned 13, maybe like a month and a half earlier. I remember seeing this. I remember going like, they're doing another Problem Child. I've got to watch this thing. It's interesting. It's really, really, really interesting. I can't believe it though. Gilbert Gottfried is in it. Jack Warden is in it. Ellen Bertie Dow is in it. Does anyone remember her? Anyone remember Ellen Bertie Dow? She was the rapping grandmother from fucking Wedding Singer that put her on the map a couple years later. Let's see. To date, Universal has not released the film on home video or DVD in North America, though it did have a VHS and Region 2 DVD and Blu-ray releases. So to find Problem Child 3, let's see. You can Google it, and first thing that pops up is OK.ru. Is it the movie? Oh my god, it's the whole movie. Oh my god, it's the whole movie. It's total 30-year-old 1990s fucking shit, dude. Holy crap. Here, Music Man, if you want. Oh, it's bad. It's not good. It's not good, but it's funny. It's got charm to it, is what I want to say. Okay. It's got charm to the story. Okay. It is entirely watchable. It's actually maybe potentially even somewhat, enjoyable. Maybe that's the case. Maybe it's a little bit, it's a little enjoyable. You know what I mean? Where can I download? Is there ads? Is this an ad on OK? Are you what? There's an ad. That's not cool. That's crazy. Anyway, that's wild. So Problem Child 3 is a real movie. It's a real film. I can't believe that shit. Is it anywhere else other than on Russia? I don't think it is, because they never really released it at all. They just never released it. I can't believe that. It's like, I mean, this is the thing that you guys got to remember about some of these older films, is these older movies just like flat out, like, they exist, but they never got any play anywhere, and you would have had to have been there to seen them. And this is one of those films. So maybe we should find a way to talk about that at some point in time. All right, everybody, I'm going to go to bed. Have yourself a great night. Maybe you get a 4K release. They'll do all 3 Problem Child movies. I don't think Universal loves me that much. I don't think they love me that much. And I'd really only want, I would get the 3rd film to complete the collection. But like, I would be like, all right, I should show my kids Problem Child. See how they respond to it. They love 3 Ninjas. So that'd be kind of funny to be like, okay, don't tell mom. Don't tell mom. All right, everybody. I'll see you guys next week, because I'll be working, making that money. Thank you, Celestial. Appreciate you. 5 stars, 4 stars, and a thumbs up. I'll take it. All right. Oh, wait, did I get everybody super? I did. Okay, cool. All right, everybody. Have yourself a great night. Thank you again, and peace out.